live bencher. What's going on? All right. By virtue of being a live bencher, he's supposed to be an epitome of rule of law. That is somebody that you look up to if you want a kind of paragon or representation of rule of law at its best. Because for you to be a bencher, you are supposed to be a person of the highest legal distinction. For you to be a bencher, I'm not talking about live bencher. You are supposed to be a person of the highest legal distinction. So what is happening here, based on my own little research, which has been exposed now, most people who have been living in doubt as to the reality on the ground, what is going on, the institution of democracy, that is democracy itself, has institutions and principles. The institutions of democracy is merely being used to enforce Sharia law. That's what's going on. And let me say this to you very clearly. I stand to be corrected by anybody. There is nowhere in the world where Islam or Islamic extremism and democracy are forced together successfully. Nowhere. And Nigeria, I insist, cannot be an exception. There is nowhere. It does not exist.
So all the Islamic countries, they don't practice democracy at all. Now we see the try to observe.
No, see.
Sir?
Let me give you a practical example. Okay. When you talk about extremism, right? When you talk about this extremism, you know in Saudi Arabia, you may not understand why Saudi Arabia has zero tolerance for Islamic fundamentalism. Zero. You may not understand why Gumi was repatriated from Saudi Arabia. The reason why he was repatriated, Gumi was convicted. He was in jail in Saudi Arabia because of connection with Mutala, that young man they call underpants bomber. He has a link with that young man, and when he was caught and jailed, I would say the Islamists in the government cajoled President Jonathan to go and interfere into the process. You saw what happened to Ekweremadu not too long ago, wherein the Attorney General of Nigeria, they went to UK. Okay?
Yes, they went.
Now,
UK said no. UK said they don't get any hope if they bring a con Nigeria, you agree.
That's it. UK has learned its lesson. You saw what happened to Ibori. They have seen that one. They've seen the one that happened to Gumi. That's why Gumi thought that Saudi Arabia, we don't keep record in Nigeria here. We don't keep record. But there, records are kept. So Gumi thought that Saudi Arabia may have forgotten about what happened to him. Because as soon as he landed in Nigeria, that's the same thing that will happen to Ekweremadu. Immediately, Ekweremadu, if he were released, as he would land in Nigeria, they would just grant him amnesty. Just like Ibori case. So coming down here, so upon landing there, they had to repatriate him because his record is still there. He's supposed to come back to Nigeria and continue his jail term. But that was not the case. So when you talk about rule of law, where rule of law exists, like the semblance of principles of democracy, freedom that you have in some of these, Islamic countries, like Qatar, UAE, right? And Saudi Arabia, so to say, is what is bringing about the growth that you are seeing, even economic growth and the rest of them, because of that liberality. People can come to do investment. Unlike what, I give you a counter.
And spend their money in the country.
That's it. Unlike what is happening in, let's say, like Peter Obi would jokingly say, he said, if you are invited to come and invest in Afghanistan, would you go? They invite you to come and invest in Afghanistan. He asked, would you go? No, you go there. You won't go there. This is the truth about it. So that is what we have here. You see ISBA. Originally they were telling you that Sharia law is it's not for non-Muslim. It's for only
Yes, and they say it's supposed to be for civil cases alone. No, this supposed to
all
be
those things. There's what we call takia. Yes, there's what we call takia, which is deceit. All those things are deceit. They are just they just kind of flag that to deceive and divert attention.
But what does that have to do with this case right now?
Sorry?
What has this got to do with Malami's case?
You see what is happening to Malami?
Yes.
You see what is happening to Malami? I am telling you, this is the danger. Let me explain it in this way. The danger about mixing Sharia and democracy, which is what is happening in Nigeria, leaves everybody in a space of uncertainty. You do not know what will happen. You hear what is happening to Fubara? They will turn the law. You are not guaranteed anything that they cannot have automatic ticket. They were talking about automatic ticket. Now they are turning it around. So you cannot be settled. You cannot be guaranteed about anything. Rule of law cannot be guaranteed. It's like now I have an issue and I go to a lab and they told me that I have malaria. I go to another lab. They told me that I have a typhoid. I go to another one. They say I have cancer. I will even pass out. I will not look for the fourth place to go because I will be living in that uncertainty. That is how dangerous it is when the law is not certain. Do you know that Malami was part of those who were celebrating in Nigeria when they went to Kenya to capture Nnamdi Kanu? They kidnapped him from
now, so it must have happened with his phone.
That's it. He was celebrating from place to place that they have captured him. They told him that Nigeria is a member of the international community. And what they have done amount to extraordinary rendition. Do you understand it? Which is a violation of international law. And you can't violate international law and then you bring somebody here to try him. He said, no. He was thinking from Sharia angle. It's just like when you have this man called Tanko. You know what Tanko did? All the money Tanko stole as CJN. And these were the people who worked out to push out Onogan, just like they did to Jonathan. And then they now bring in Buhari. Buhari that is on record to say that his cousins are in, Benin Republic.
Niger Republic.
Niger Republic. Niger. That's why they built the rail into Niger. Look at what Buhari was doing here was pure entrenchment of Islamic agenda. And he just got people who will follow it. See, let me tell you. You see Tinubu, this Tinubu government, all right? Tinubu does not believe in rule of law. The dangerous thing is that you can't give what you don't have. There are things you cannot stand for based on your foundation. What brought Tinubu into office is complete fraud. So how can he stand up and stand for rule of law?
Are you a lawyer or they ask you how to come and prove how fraud brought him to power? How would you be able to prove it?
What are you talking? It's obvious to everybody. I've told you here before. Tinubu, when he was the governor of Lagos State, you know Ganifa Emi?
Yes, I do.
Ganifa Emi was fighting the case of Tinubu till he died. When Tinubu was governor of Lagos State, he said that he attended Chicago University. Pay attention to what I'm telling you now. He said he attended Chicago University and Ibadan High School. These were the two places he said he attended. You know how the scandal about when they wanted to do reception for him about Ibadan old boys. And suddenly, even the people they brought up to admit that they attended school with him, suddenly back out and say, no, they don't know him. You attended a school, nobody knew you. That is strange. Then when he now became president, he now turned around to say that, no, he did not attend Ibadan High School, that he attended Lagos High School. No, he did not attend Chicago University, that he attended Chicago State University. What manner of human being is that? Now, upon all this, when they now went to Chicago University to find out about his background or how he entered there, they found that the certificate with which Tinubu gain admission, which was a complete fraud. Because his fraud embarrassed even the foreign university. They found that what is in his docket showed a 4-year date earlier before the real Lagos High School came into existence. What fraud can be that? And yet, the justices of the Supreme Court validated that fraud.
You know what I'm telling
Can
you?
you be?
You know what I'm telling you this? I don't know if you remember when our president last year went to Brazil, and then, you know, I think it was after his St. Lucia's visit or so, that he went St. Lucia, Brazil, where he did say that that the good thing now is that there's no more corruption in Nigeria. You know,
Yes.
That there is no more corruption in Nigeria, that people can do business now without corruption. People should bring investment into the country. And Sowore posted that video and said this criminal went to tell people in. You know that took him to court for that matter.
Of course.
They arranged him again the second time again, as I talked to you.
Of course. They are wasting, you see, they are wasting their time. Because let me say this to you.
Right, so that's why I'm telling you that this is what you're saying. He came into power fraudulently. They may tell you that. Okay, sir, go ahead, sir.
Now, listen. When you use the instrument of law to entrench criminality, that is not rule of law. That is not rule of law. And that's exactly what is playing out. And until, I say this to every Nigerian, until we decide to say enough is enough. Look at this idea of building one party state. Okay, look at, do you know the allusion you made? You said Obasanjo, or you said Tinubu and Kwankwaso are in meeting now.
They said, so the real gist now is that Tinubu has invited Kwankwaso for a meeting.
Fine. Now, if you ask majority of Nigerians what is on their mind is that Tinubu is ready to do anything. You can see the wave of defection that has taken place.
No, sir, but you know the problem is that this particular meeting he invited Kwankwaso. So, you know, the thing get plenty leg. You remember, say, Kwankwaso son-in-law will be the governor of the state. Go see Tinubu yesterday night. They were in a meeting yesterday night about the decamping of that one to APC. Remember, even though Kwankwaso has insinuated that nobody betrays him and gets away with it, and people started insinuating that, does it mean that Abba Yusuf is betraying him? But then, now, and we know that Tinubu was also once in talks with Kwankwaso over defection to APC. So nobody understands what this particular meeting is all about, even though people are thinking that he can speculate to the meeting now because Olusegun Obasanjo, our former president, has started carrying P2B to talk to northern cabals, power-broken cabals, that they should, on the need for them to allow a Kwankwaso and P2B tickets. You understand? P2B for president, Kwankwaso for vice, I guess so. And then, you know, in fact, yesterday they said the Olusegun Obasanjo went to see IBB, and people are insinuating that it may be because of that reason. So now people are now thinking that, then why is it today now that the president has now agreed to have a meeting with Kwankwaso? So it's not because, you know, people are just mixing that one together, but some others think that it's because of maybe Abba Yusuf's defection. I mean, if his son-in-law, whom he brought into power through his Kwankwasia movement, is defecting, you know, he too may eventually also defect. We don't know. So I don't know. I just thought to explain that.
Now, let me share something with you. You see, if I raised this question to you before. Mm-hmm. If you were to have a business that you are running, can you retain the current leadership of Nigeria to manage the business for you?
Sir?
Let me repeat myself.
No, sir,
if you have a business.
Not like I don't have ear problem. I heard you, sir. But it's just that I cannot answer. That's what I'm saying, sir.
No, I don't know you to have been under any form of auditory illusion before. So, I don't know. Anything can happen. This is Nigeria.
Can I plead the fifth, sir?
Yes.
I'm pleading the fifth. I plead the fifth.
You say what?
I plead the fifth.
No, you're an adult. So you should know that.
That means you can put a problem for this Nigeria. Because I cannot tell you something and lie. One of the things I can't do is to lie. I can do so many things. I can talk for a living, but I don't know how to lie. Yes, now vex, you go vex if I tell you the truth. And because I know say my truth, we make maybe the person who I go support vex. If you don't like, say I go support them, or I no go support them. If you vex, so make I not talk my truth. I vex.
You see, Edmund Burke said that all that is necessary for evil to triumph is for good people to do nothing. You see that silence you are trying to keep. That silence you are trying to keep. That silence you are trying to keep is not doing good to the future generation.
Thank you, sir. But sir, can we move on to the matter we talked about? Let's move on to the matter. You know, I'm not the one interviewing. I'm not the one being interviewed. You are the one interviewed. So let's move to the case, the matter of the day, sir.
So now you see what is befalling Malami. It's the same thing that he was doing. You see people who are crying for justice for Malami, right?
Let me even tell you.
You not go back. You not go back to history, and then look at. In fact, you know that the position of Attorney General. He is supposed to be an impeccable fellow that his record will be clean. Attorney General of the Federation. Do you know the volume of hotels this man has?
I you know say another one that say I be want to tell you two things. One, people when they vex for this arrest, so they rearrest and come say, as they vex, as people they vex, other people come bring caption where a newspaper headline where in talk say even though say appeal court discharge Nnamdi Kanu that he's not admitted, that he will not.
That's 2020. That's October 2022.
It's not the same thing. And then
October
talking about hotels now, people are also saying that there are statements that cachet of arms this house.
They can't say they planted it on him.
They transfer the case now to DSS. Say this one passed EFCC matter. Why is not arms in your house? According to them, say that is allegedly.
Yeah, because basically, if you look at it from that angle, you can't say that they planted those arms on him. You can't say so. I will tell you, Precious. Take it from me. I said, take it from me. There is a grand plan to Islamize Nigeria. There is a grand plan. I'm saying it. There's nothing to hide about. The American issue has exposed everything. Did you hear the leaders of the North? Did you hear their position that one Nigeria is sacrosanct? That nobody can talk about separation of Nigeria. Come on. Are we joking here? Look at all the people who are doing cho about democracy. What we are doing here, we are joking. We are not doing democracy. Are you hearing of the number of people that are being killed in the North? The Christian genocide is taking another dimension. People that are being killed on daily basis. Then somebody like Father Kuka, because they promise you that you will be vice president, you now swallow the truth. That truth that is swallowing will choke him. That truth that is swallowing will choke him. I am telling you.
It's a bishop.
You said what?
Yes.
Let me say this. Let me say this to you. I have said it that God is not happy with the brand of Christianity in Nigeria. I've said that and I maintain it. That's why I said the great scam of Christianity in Nigeria is the concept of don't correct fathers of faith. It's only God that is infallible. Human being can make mistakes. The moment you exalt man to the level of God that you cannot correct a human being, you are failed. And that's one of the greatest danger of Christianity. So the core issue, you see, even if a person who is alleged to have committed a crime, right, is sick, they will tell you take that person to attend to his head first, because you will be alive to attend to your matter. You will not attend to your matter from the grave. That's how important life is. We are talking about Nigerian lives are being wasted because of Islamic agenda. Can you now understand all the effort that Buhari was trying to make, talking about Ruga, talking about this, talking about it? I remember them, Professor Nwabueze was here alive, that erudite lawyer. He wrote on it and they rejected it. Yet, this is a country that has an extant law against open grazing. Yet, people are determined because they have an evil agenda. I have said it again and I emphasize it. You cannot mix religion and law together. For every average Muslim, he sees Sharia. He does Sharia. Islam has no respect for democracy or its principles or institutions except Sharia. I'll repeat that. Islam has no respect for democracy, its principle, or institutions except Sharia. And that is what is happening here in Nigeria. You see people, look at Malami. Look at what Malami was doing in this country. Okay, like the case that Mazina, the country is making reference to. That was October 2022. That the Court of Appeal took a decision in the matter. They defied the Court of Appeal. The most glaring one that is angering people on the international level was going to Kenya. And even Kenya court ruled against it. The man was behaving as if he is God himself. Now, I keep saying this to people. See, evil. Don't take sides with evil, though. Anyone who takes sides with evil is playing a very dangerous game. Because evil is like double-edged sword. This knife you are carrying against somebody now, by the time you get to the corridor, that knife will turn against you. These people who are abusing the law today, that are using the law as instrument of oppression, suppression, and repression, tomorrow they will need justice. They will cry and ask that they need justice. And you ask them, which justice are you talking about? Which justice are you talking about? It's like somebody, I give this principle of law. If there is a C of O, and government want to revoke C of O, you only revoke C of O on one condition. You revoke the C of O for overriding public interest. Either you want to build something like airport, you want to build something like hospital, you want to build something that is of public interest. You cannot revoke C of O and then allocate the land to yourself or to your friends. That is criminality. But we are seeing with our eyes, we are seeing what is happening in this country. And then tomorrow, when the thing will now turn against, the person will now turn around and say, this is injustice. Who defines injustice? If we do not have a definition for certain pattern of life, that is the distinction between law and art. Based on the principle of stare decisis for order to be in the society, law has an organized pattern. If it is said that this is going to be the gate, like when people play football, that's why they will tell you that don't shift the goalpost when the game is going against you. Do you understand it? And that is what a lot of people do. They want to shift the goalpost when the game is against them. You don't do that. Even though you are going to be defeated, allow it. Okay, let me say you are playing kind of football with your children, and you realize that your children are smart and they can maneuver you, and because of that you don't went and pull the goalpost. They are watching at you. You may think that you are smarter than them. They are watching at you. Don't worry. The time they will pull the goalpost for you, in fact, frustration will just take you over. This is how life is structured. I remind you what Delegiwa, it's unfortunate that today the killers of Delegiwa has not been found. But when I was in university, I usually follow him. He said something very important. He said, no evil can go unpunished. For every evil done by man to man will either be attended to by man, or either by God, or now or later. Because the triumph of evil over good can only be temporary. It can't be forever. So if you have this in mind and it will guide you, you will know. That's why you see what's happening to Manabi. It shows to you that we don't have rule of law here. We don't have rule of law. People are just using their own, imagination. okay, like the political parties, the principle, what they set down as their rules, they are violating it left and right. They are not doing anything they want. Look at what Wike is doing. APC, PDP. And that is a live bencher. That is a live bencher. A person that is supposed to be of the highest legal distinction. And I ask the question, how did he become a live bencher? There are a lot of questions to be answered. How did he become a live bencher? Is it the kind of person that the children will look up to as mentors for the future? Then the system is doomed.
But his son is already entering politics now. He has seen posters there for Honorable. Sorry.
What does he know? Already. What does he know?
As a House of Rep member, you know he's a lawyer.
I'm asking you.
He'll practice he'll put it in the house.
I am asking you. What? Okay, look at the characters of the individuals. We have a system wherein the worst of us are leading the best of us. Do you understand me? We have a system that the worst,
I'm afraid
the
of what
worst
you
of
need to
us.
say, but go ahead.
Yes, the worst of us are leading the best of us. So it's sickly. You cannot have a mental capture of what is going on. It's sickly.
I was hoping that you wouldn't talk about your constituents. Your constituency.
We see.
I mean,
let me say this to you.
Your constituency.
Let me say this to you.
River State House of Assembly.
Let me say this to you. We are the problem of this country. You see, lawyers. We lawyers are the problem of this country. I said some time ago that if care is not taken, the revolution will start from and with River State. I didn't know what came over me when I said that. You see all the shenanigans that is going on here. You read it as part of your story here about the scandal. You see, within the mind of the members of the House of Assembly in River State, somehow they felt that it was a coded something. You saw what happened. You saw what happened. People are now calling for state of emergency. State of emergency have disappeared from the agenda. Nobody can mention state of emergency again. Because they were using that, not conforming with the law. You were using that to pursue a particular agenda. There was no facts on the ground that would lead to state of emergency in River State, but you impose it. The worst happened or befell River State. A stranger came here and plundered the entire treasury of the state. Do you know that the members of the House of Assembly, in their deepest mind, they felt that they will cover it and nobody will know. Do you know what is 350 million for each person?
Each of them.
For each.
Each of them.
With a 2025 brand new model car. Jeep. 2025 model. Do you know what 2025 model means? And after they collected that, you watch them on the house, on the floor of the house, ranting rubbish as if they have River State at their heart.
Yes, that's what they said. They said that because of River State, they won't do them.
God
they do things.
God will point. You see the judgment of God.
So that means the state spent 10.5 billion naira on them. And by the way, the other two remaining ones, so they loyal to Fubara, I feel like they don't get.
You see this thing they are doing. Eh? It is the future of Rivers people that they are toiling with. It is the future. You see, let me remind you something here. You see, I give it to Wike. Wike is a strategic thinker, master strategist, but unfortunately in evil. I can tell you that. It is now that people are understanding why Wike shut down the model secondary school.
Has often said that.
And now handed over the state land to Navy. It was a state land. After shutting down the school, whether he has in mind that they may revive it, he now handed over that state land to Navy. See, Nelson Mandela said, the most powerful instrument that you can use to bring about change in the world is education. Because it's got to do with the mindset. Do you understand? If you are concerned about the future, be concerned about the mindset. And one thing you can use to change the mindset is quality education. And look at the North today. Do you know how much money people from the North are stealing? Do you know these are the people that have oil wells here? Do you know that the capital of poverty is there? Because when you steal money and you don't invest in human capacity development, it will turn around, spin around, and end in poverty. Look at the people that were giving only 20 pounds after the Civil War. Where are they today? They have overtaken those who collected all their money. And I can tell you that the economy of Nigeria is in their hands today. How did it happen?
That's the Igbos. Oh, network, don't do this thing today now. Network, not come today at all. Today not be the right time for you to behave like this, network. Well, while we're on that, let me quickly read you that story about the president saying Kwankwaso, because we hear that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is set to have agreed in principle to meet with Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso after meeting his godson, Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf of Kano State. Now, strong pillars, according to the newspaper, indicate that Governor Yusuf might have facilitated the meeting between Tinubu and Kwankwaso to discuss the possible acceptance to defect alongside his godson. I don't know if Barrister Maki has joined us back. Oh, are you there, sir? Hello, sir? Oh dear, the network has booted him out. All right, so Kwankwaso will meet with President Bola Tinubu has also met President Bola Tinubu on several occasions. However, reports suggest that they have not agreed on certain conditions reportedly put forward by the former governor of Kano State. Recently, when discussion of Governor Yusuf's defection to the APC arose, Kwankwaso was quoted as saying that he would not defect to the All Progressives Congress without knowing what he and his supporters would gain. However, an impeccable source within the APC indicates that the president has agreed to meet with the NNPP presidential candidate to discuss his possible acceptance to follow his godson to the APC. Speaking to newsmen in Kano, APC chairman Abdullahi Abbas refused to comment on the speculated meeting between President Tinubu and Kwankwaso. He clarified, however, that should Governor Yusuf finally join the ADC, or the APC rather, as governor, he would remain the leader of the people, or of the party in the state, according to the party's accepted position. But what will happen to Ganduje? That's problem brewing somewhere. And according to him, it's my personal opinion that Governor Yusuf, after joining us, is now the leader of the party, while Ganduje and possibly Kwankwaso, if they agree to defect, will be our political fathers. So he did say. Okay. I don't tell another story earlier today about the Kwankwaso, the former President Olusegun Obasanjo meeting with, let me see if Barrister Mikey has been able to join us back. Sincere apologies, but I'm sure he will join us very quickly. But let me run through the stories he's been trying to, chime in on very quickly. So let's get straight to the issue of, let me quickly brush up on the issue of Obasanjo meeting, the former head of state, Babangida, because we did hear basically that Obasanjo met with Babangida yesterday, his Mina resident, and the call unknown and not made known to newsmen, but people are saying that it's got to do with his endorsement of a Peter Obi and Kwankwaso ticket. And I want to make people talk, say, why at this time will it be Obasanjo they carry Peter Obi and Kwankwaso ticket for head? And even Kwankwaso people have agreed that they want an alliance, and they've agreed on an alliance with Peter Obi, and they will not settle for anything less than a vice president. So if Kwankwaso has accepted a vice presidential candidacy, which him and his people have also said, agreed to, or spoken about, because Kwankwaso...
No problem.
But they say 6 months. If I don't give you lights, don't vote for me. Only. Now, the memo claimed... Now, sources within the government allege that many of the beneficiary companies, Ella Ifubara, know of these things since. This atrocity or abnormally, I dare say, and then keep quiet. Because his impeachment is almost as good as done. We they hear say the chief judge of the state will most likely dance according to the tune of Wiki, because they have something against the chief judge. The age falsification thing, when they get against them, to use mess am up. And other issues them, including saying no being the most senior judge at the time when
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You see, let me say this to you.
For the talk, sir. Yes, sir.
You see, this thing lie in the hand of Rivers people. You see, nobody has monopoly of violence.
Mm-hmm.
Since the law has failed, but what they are doing here is not democracy. There's no rule of law here. Precious.
Sir?
Let me inform you. If people were in the position of Wike, that is reverse, there would have been several unmarked graves in Rivers State by now. I was here during the 8 years of terror of Wike. I didn't go to Panya. I was here.
Say no go Panya.
And those who were here, yes, those who were here know what I'm talking about. Atiku could not step his leg into Rivers State. Atiku could not step his leg here. There was a political terrorist group called GDI that the man set up.
But that's the same group that voted and canvassed votes for Siminalayi Fubara right now. Is it not? Now, GDI, I even hear say at that time, say they don't even agree make Sim even governize their own special people. Say they say must work under GDI. No, besides I hear that time.
So we are under terror. This is terror. And unless the people decide to break away, see, let me tell you, no life matter, no single person's life matter more than the other. Do you understand it? And I do say this to people. To no man is life given in free hold. We are all tenants.
Ew.
Those who died yesterday hope to be here today. They think have better plans than some of the people who died last night. Those who will not make it to tomorrow have better plans for tomorrow. This is life for you. So I ask a simple question. How can these people... Look, if we are in a system that rule of law works, all these people, they will all go under. We are in this state when they defected the first time. When they defected.
And they denied it that they didn't defect.
And they denied. And they captured Supreme Court. They captured Supreme Court. Swomoto bring up a matter that was not before it. My sister, leave it to you. You won't understand what is happening here. We are in a state of lawlessness. We are in a state of lawlessness. I don't want to sound in a way that it will appear as if the people will say that I'm inciting the public. No. But I am telling you, God saved Rivers State. I can tell you plainly that it appeared to me that this present governor does not have interest in bloodletting. You see all that Wike was using Omotosho and Leaf Court to do against Rivers State. A day will come like this, that he will look for judgment. I keep saying it, I don't know how it will happen. A day will come that he will look for judgment that he will not find. Check the fraud. Okay, which constituency project? I said nothing in a broomstick. I challenge people from my area. What are they doing with the money? I ask a simple question. Are they using the money to buy juju? This money that they are collecting, the money that is coming to the local government every month, somebody will sit down. Supreme Court can vest an entire state treasury as a private enterprise of a man who is not even governor. And you say we are running democracy? We are joking here. We are joking here. And I just pray that nothing untoward happen. If not, even the lawmakers, most of them like this will not be there. We saw what happened in this state. It got so bad to the point that even banks were rejecting CFO from Rivers State because no bank can place a guarantee as by knowing which CFO will be revoked. It was that bad. And then somebody will be, and people that are following him, following entrenchment of criminality. Who does criminality benefit? It doesn't benefit anybody. He who must come to equity must come with clean hands. Look at what so-called lawmakers. It's a shame because go to Abia State and see what Oti is doing. And the first road under Fubara in this state, the first road under 100 days, the first road that Fubara constructed, it was Oti that commissioned it, which was a clear sign that there would have been synergy because they are our next neighbor. But because Wike saw that he will be exposed, he's not interested in the development. Throughout the 8 years he was in office, there was no human capacity development.
But they said he built flyover and he turned around River State.
Is that human capacity development? Is that human capacity development? When he shut down police scholarship, shut down Songhai Farm, shut down Modern Secondary School. What more? I'm on ground here. I'm telling you. Shut down Buguma Fish Farm. Shut down Anthony Fish Farm. In fact, the circumstance of the death of the expatriate that the president governor wanted to use to revive Songhai Farm is questionable. They wanted to use the man to revive Songhai Farm and Oyibo, Cassava Farm. That expatriate just died in that Aleto Beach. When boys wanted to kidnap him, the driver ran into the river and the man died there. What kind of system is this? What are we doing here? A single man can terrorize the entire system because somebody at the head is behind him for Islamic agenda.
Sir?
I'm saying it without shame.
You think
I am saying it
for Islamic agenda?
Yes. He has sold this thing for Islamic agenda. I'm saying it. The evidence are there. This is not law. What is happening in River State is pure Islamic, is pure Sharia law practice. It's not the institution of democracy. It's not. People who defected, I've told you, they are just using the institution of the court to enforce Sharia. That's what is going on. Did you know what happened in Abuja? When the Sharia people, Court of Appeal, came to, you have that story, that funny story of somebody who rented a shop to a customer or to a tenant. And then they said because it was owing debt, because it was owing debt, that Sharia, they now came to sell the shop and told the barricade the player and tell the man to get out. What kind of system is that? What kind of Taliban system is that?
It's not Muslim.
It's not. What kind of Taliban system is that? And unless we Nigerians rise up and say enough is enough. See, let me tell you. When a man usually beats the wife, the day that lady will shout out, that's the day the neighbors will come in. If you continue to keep quiet, you will die and they will bury you. Continue to keep quiet. You say you are enduring. You are enduring. I remember a classic story of a man who was manhandling the wife and told the wife that she should go, he will kill her. The lady actually returned home and told the father that this is what the husband is saying. The man, out of his own ignorance, that it should not be on record that her daughter returned from her marriage home, persuaded the daughter to go back. Under 6 months, she was killed. The man vowed that it will never happen again. Like the Israelis, never again. The man said, never again, that it will never happen. We don't allow certain things to happen to you. Those who are taking us captive, they are human beings, they have breath, just common breath in their nostrils. If they are knocked off, they will die and they will be buried. If they stay on the ground 4 hours, they will start to rot. They are human beings like us. And they are taking our destiny, taking the future of our children hostage, and we are keeping quiet. We are joking here. We are joking big time here. We are now expecting America to come and save us. What are we doing? We say we are praying to the God of Israel. Meanwhile, the Israelis, they defend themselves. I warned people in this country long ago that Tinubu's wife has a sinister agenda, that she's a spy for Islam in Redeem. Now, it is now people are understanding what I was saying.
So what do you
people,
mean by that?
People can now... You say what?
She's a pastor now, an ordained pastor in Redeem.
Use your brain, my sister. Use your brain. This is a lady who came and said that they have made their money, that they are not coming for Nigerians' money. Is it true?
Yes, sir.
He was spying for the husband through the church. Okay, is Adeboye talking today again? Adeboye said, when Donald Trump sent the tweet, you know what Adeboye said? Adeboye said that Tinubu should plead with Donald Trump to give him 100 days. And he should use 90 days out of that 100 days to declare war on the terrorists and their sponsors. Precious, till today that we are talking on this platform, has the federal government published the name of the terrorist sponsors? Have they done it?
No, sir.
Why is Adeboye not talking again? That day he was saying that Tinubu is his in-law. Why is he not talking again? I don't have any respect for any man of God that cannot cross ethnic crucible. Because of ethnicity, ethnic bigotry, I hate it. Since we started this program, I have not asked you where are you from. I don't ask anybody where you come from. I look, see, people who have gotten to a certain level, they are not concerned about where they are going to die, how they are going to die, but they are concerned about how the legacy they will leave behind. People are trying to become global citizens. That's where the world is heading. Then you have charlatans here, criminals who have no verifiable means of livelihood except looting the public treasury, and people are exalting them. I cannot do that. I cannot do that. Life is just once. Do you understand it? It's just once. I met my colleagues. I remember a very senior lawyer who called me one day when I did a kind of podcast. I wrote an article against the justice of the Supreme Court, and I used the word shameless justices of the Supreme Court. He said I should go and put it down that they will come after me. I asked him, to whom is life giving a freehold? Nobody. We are all tenants here. We are all tenants. So what the heck?
Well, all right, sir.
All the fights you are seeing in the north, all the fight you are seeing in the north is taking over the mineral resources. Is Zamfara not mining our own gold? Do they give account to the federal government? Why are we not mining our own oil here? And I said to my people in Ogun, who are connived with Nehru Badu and the federal government, that they should come and resume oil. Look, the blood of our Matthias, we haunt all of them who went into such evil bargain against the people. If they're going to do oil resumption, that is something that people should have a good bargain. Build infrastructures, build schools, technical schools that will touch the life of the people. They'll be giving, the politicians will be giving peanuts, hampers, as if they are dealing with slaves. The money they are paying to people, they don't use it to feed their dogs in one day. And that's what they pay them 1 month.
All right, you made a couple of accusations, and I really would love you to clear them. Maybe I'll let you, land on that thought first.
Which one?
Things you have said. One, you said that Nyesom Wike perhaps is part of the plan to Islamize Nigeria.
Oh, sure.
And
I say it.
Why
I'm saying it. I'm saying it again. I challenge any of them. Pay attention to what I'm going to say now, right?
Okay, sir.
I'm going to give you a classic example in Rivers State here. None of these politicians who are behind Wike, none of them can open their mouth and condemn the Fulani herdsmen, these terrorists that are killing our people here. that are not allowing our people to enter their farm. They cannot open their mouth and challenge them.
Even in Rivers State. Even in
Rivers State here. In Rivers State here. Let me tell you, my community, my own community, I'm from Gokana. My own community is under siege by the Gremena of Gokana.
Benemenetai.
Gremena of Gokana, no, that one is a different kettle of fish. Gremena of Gokana.
Okay.
He brought in this Fulani herdsmen. They gave him cow. He is now carrying these cows into people's farm. Our own, he is looking. I am one of his targets.
Oh dear, your network again, sir. Not now. Can you hear me, sir?
Well, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, but your network cut off briefly. Just go ahead, please, sir.
Okay. Now, in my place, let me just try if I can get back. I'm trying to type in my password.
Okay, sir. All right, sir. But we can still hear you, so we can keep talking, though.
Oh,
Since we can hear you, keep talking while you're doing
it. Now, in my place, in my community.
Yes, sir.
Now, it's deliberately, it's me they are targeting. His elder brother that died, that he succeeded, right?
Yes.
The last minute that he succeeded placed a death penalty on me. I'm the first lawyer from my community. He placed a death penalty on me that by 31st of December 2013 that I will be dead and buried. I published an article against him and published it on the internet. I told him that since he has arrogated the authority of God to himself, to the extent that my life is in his hand, that I'm handing him over to God for speedy judgment without appeal. He's gone. I told him that instead of me dying, that I will attend his own burial. I handed him over to God. And God has handled him. The present one felt that I have hand in the death of his own brother. 3 of our farms, deliberately, he mandated these Fulani people to bring their cows on our farm. There was a particular cassava farm that I bought cassava and planted there. They allow the cattle to enter on our farm. And traditionally, it is not done. You don't bring cattle into people's farm. Because the grass that grows on the farm is a natural manure. When it is farming season, you cut the grass and then it fertilizes the distance. But this is what the first class chief that is in my community causing problem is being used for. Let any of them, I challenge them, even Magnus Abbey, let any of them open their mouth and criticize the Fulanis for what they are doing. They cannot do it. That is the first sign. They cannot open their mouth.
Why do you think they can't criticize the Fulanis? Why do you
they
think
cannot? That is part of the Islamic agenda. You see this moving of the cows. That is a sign of conquering. When they put their cows over your farms and you cannot open your mouth, that is a sign of conquering. That's why Buhari was battling to make sure that this Fulanization you are hearing about, to make sure that they move their cattle and take over people's land. In Benue, those middle belt, as they kill the people, they take over their land, they bring in their cattle. That's how they operate. That's how they operate. I can tell you there is a judgment against open grazing. This thing I'm telling you is happening in my community. One of the farms, even when we try to fence it, these Fulani people, under his command, they are bringing this cattle. They targeted our own farm. That same line is what is going on till today. That same line. They cannot open their mouth. Even the members of the House of Assembly, those who have collected those 350 million, they cannot. And that is one of the things that Wike is doing. When he captures you, give you money for your purpose, tomorrow you cannot open your mouth. There are a lot of people in Rivers State that cannot open their mouth where Wike is. He will rub, you know his style. He will just rubbish you.
Say that the other day, youths were on the streets of Port Harcourt singing, "No Wike, no Rivers State, no Wike, no Rivers State." And
don't bother yourself. That is the agenda.
Support him.
No. That is the agenda. That is the agenda. That is the agenda that is playing out. I'm here. That is the agenda that is playing out. That is a lawyer, a land bencher, you are left office, and you are.
All right, sir.
I am telling you, this man, if it's in UK.
Well,
if
how
it's
do you
in the UK,
can at least
if it's in the UK,
yes, sir.
Unfortunately,
all right, sir. How do you
unfortunately, I call on the the number one thing that can be done. You see, the body of lawyers globally, whenever a society is in crisis, they look up to lawyers because by virtue of our training and exposure, we are ahead of other professionals. I think by design, we are ahead of other professionals. So when there is crisis, you see society, they look up to lawyers. But unfortunately, in Nigeria, even Jesus, who is the head of all principalities and powers, acknowledges that in his Bible days. He acknowledged that lawyers hold the key to knowledge. But his disappointment with the lawyers in his days was that lawyers in his days, just like Nigerian lawyers, they were using the law manipulatively as instrument of oppression, suppression, and repression. That's why Jesus placed curse on lawyers. Say, curse be unto you, lawyers. It was just because they were using the law manipulatively for evil, not for the pursuit of the purpose of justice. You understand it?
Yes, I do.
And that's exactly what is happening. I called on my professional organization when Wike was doing what he was doing in Rivers State, that we should stand up and stand against him. My professional organization chicken in. They only moved the conference that would have held in Port Harcourt to Enugu. Now they have been boxed in. They said they are going to hold the conference in Port Harcourt. When all the rubbish that has happened there has happened, state of emergency and all whatnot, a precedent has been set. Even the Supreme Court even went further. That is, as I'm talking to you now, the judgment that the Supreme Court gave can make Tinubu even declare state of emergency where there is so unwarranted. We're in a very funny system. And until the people say enough is enough, nothing will change.
All right,
if they're looking for America to come and save us here, it may not happen.
All right, so now that you've mentioned America, because I was going to go there, I mean, people be they talk, say, oh, the US will come, they will help us resolve the issues of killings where they go on for Nigeria. Even as they speak to you, they say they kidnap over 160 people for inside church for Kaduna. Can't say they kidnap.
Also,
they say no evidence. Can't they say they kidnap? So, those two. Sorry, sir. And people like the US Congressman Riley Moore don't fume over the thing. The thing don't pain and when I post and he say, we'll not go continue to lose Christians like this and say they must make sure that they take action to stop the killing. See, and he put them, in fact, he reposted the video. He can't talk, say, armed radical Muslim Fulani attacked 3 churches yesterday and kidnapped more than 100 Christian worshippers. Our brothers and sisters in Christ are facing an existential threat at the hands of the Fulani militias. Isn't that what he call them? Now, what you make I read them for you? He call them Fulani militias. More must be done to protect them. And I urge the Nigerian government to ensure the swift and safe return of all of those who were captured. So they talk, and not only have other people, other US government officials too, don't post about them and they talk. But if when you talk about this militia now, this Christian genocide thing now, and when Nigerian government know to believe they'll get Christian genocide, remember, say a report just come out from New York Times now, where it talk say now one Emeka's driver seller for Onitsha market now ain't go lie, say they kill plenty Christians for Nigeria when that kind of thing no happen. So with narratives where they like this, where they on the go around, remember, say they also talk, say our president pay $1.9 million to you lobby against this matter. So with this one, what they happen, since it look like, say, the sight of any, external help to help us fight this thing, would be possible. And the ability for us to fight them ourselves will never fit no. So what will come be what will be the resolution of this matter? How will fit use this safe?
So, I think I will adopt the words of T.Y. Danjuma. T.Y. Danjuma, see, it is better you die trying Do you understand?
Okay, sir.
It is better you die trying than remaining docile. The best thing has happened. The world has heard about the realities on the ground. Share you watch the video I sent to you. Did you watch the video?
Very well, sir.
So that one will
So, it's so far-fetched because we hear that people like Mossad group don't be on ground since Nigeria, and the US and Israel share intelligence very well, and there is no way US or Mossad intelligence no go know about the terrorism act then for Nigeria.
So whatever
for the whole world. Remember, Israel is always interested in anything about terrorism. Same way US too. So that's something where they they most likely to happen.
I think the only saving grace we may have, because let me say this to you, from international politics angle, right?
Yes, sir.
You may not understand why Europe may be interested in how would I put it? Why they should be interested in carbon emission is because there is no boundary in terms of pollution. Do you understand it? Those who understand how these things work, they don't care where you are. They will want to do everything to help you out. The awareness has been raised already. And thank God for a man like Reverend Ezekiel Dachumo. The awareness is here. There is that $9 million dollars is just a wasted money. Wasted money as far as I'm concerned. Those lobbyists, they should put that money inside their pocket. It's a wasted money because there is enough documentary on ground. That's why for me, I'm not interested in anything in 2027. To me, it's like a joke. Because the APC government is relying on alliance with terrorists for their victory. Have you heard about anything about electoral reform? They are not interested in that. They are relying on compromised judiciary. They are relying. I live in the city of Port Harcourt. I was watching a viral video. One small girl that was being asked what she want to be. She said she want to be a policeman. She want to be police. They said why? They said we just block the road and collect money from Keke people. It's sickling. As I'm going home now, it's all over. I don't want to mention my direction. It's all over. That is the duty of the police now. Collecting money, extorting money under gunpoint. That is their duty. Since that, what do you call it, declaration of state of emergency, it has become institutionalized in Port Harcourt. It's institutionalized. If you don't give them, they pack you and waste your time. So, when you find such a situation, like we are in Nigeria, the awareness has been made. The only saving grace we are going to have is that if, for instance, Israel, America, keep close eye about what's happening in Nigeria, and terrorists take over the resources, the enormous resources in Nigeria, they can sponsor terrorism for a long time, and they will not have rest. So it's better to join hands to nip it in the bud. And I'm sure Israel, because particularly the statement that was made when 2025, when the vice president addressed United Nations and made reference to Palestinians, that we have what it takes to protect them.
In fact, a lot of people don't talk about why Benjamin Netanyahu. So now, what's making the vex? Saying himself, you know, go people already killing of Christians. And that's why we don't have commodity plan going our house.
Did you hear Gumi? Gumi quickly aligned Netanyahu's position to Biafra. That because they supported Biafra during the Civil War and they failed. That they are trying to revenge that. Gumi that is supposed to be in prison is the one that is now threatening the whole federal government, and federal government cannot open his mouth. See, let me tell you, Nigeria is already effectively a terrorist state. It was just, you see what this man did, Akpabio, when they were institutionalizing that fraud they did in Rivers they call declaration of state of emergency. That is how they would have woke up one day and used boys' vote to declare Nigeria as an Islamic Republic. I've said it. I told people, you say Islam, this principle of Takaya, deflecting you, diverting your attention from the main thing. It is the same pattern. It is unusual. To turn provision of the Constitution, to turn majority provision, you use voice vote to kill it. My sister, if you understand the implication of what is happening in this country, and the people who are behind this thing, the most painful aspect of it is that the people who are behind this thing are lawyers.
So, but sir, going back to the question, why is it easy to blame the Igbos? Ogashi Hussain.
It's better to what?
Why is it easy to blame Igbos for waiting they happen for Nigeria? For instance, this whole thing about Christian genocide happened, even from the presidency. Since they don't blame say Igbos, now in the campaign about
let me tell you.
Christian genocide. Now, we don't see New York Times, don't blame Igbo. We also don't see Sheikh Husani blame Igbo. So why is it easy to pass the blame on Igbo people? Wait till they go on. Now, because then they ask for seek for secession. But remember, saying they also seek for secession. Why didn't they blame them?
Let me tell you something. You see, they are yet to recover from the shock of how the Igbos recover from 20 pounds to be what they are today. I'm hearing me. It's a mystery. They are yet to recover from that shock. See, I'm educated. I'm 55 years old. It's sickling, walking into intellectual environment, and you hear people who claim they are educated saying that an Igbo man cannot rule Nigeria. It's madness. My father, before he died, he told me, he said, if reincarnation is real, and he died, and he will come back again, that he will not come back to my place, Ogoni, that he will be born in Igbo land.
Ew.
I'm not joking. I've been thinking about it, and one of these days I'm going to speak as a challenge to the young people from my area who have been led by the nose by these criminals in the name of politicians. What does it take to develop a people? What does it take to develop a people? We have the resources here. So the best thing that Israel and America should do, even if there's a distraction in America, Israel should come up. The best thing that should happen, they should divide this country. Because my foundation is that there is nowhere, I want anybody to call in and show me where Islamic fundamentalism and democracy have ever worked together. And I insist Nigeria cannot be an exception. So we are just deceiving ourselves. That's why I respect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That's why they don't want to release him. But ultimately, he will be released. Do you understand me? I follow the course of justice. I follow the course of justice like the flowing river. Because I desire justice. And anybody who desires justice, if you hate justice, injustice will follow you.
You think that separation is key?
That is the key. We will cooperate. Do you understand? When there is problem in the family and husband and wife separate, they will be quiet to evaluate their position. They may see area of cooperation. They may even see their weaknesses. Most of the things they were dragging about, they realize that they are inconsequential. And if they come together again, they are coming with a sinner mind. They can come together. That's why in family separation, they will always advise, don't go straight to divorce. There should be separation first, for a space for rethinking. So we have, how long are we dwell together? Upon all the money they have stolen in the north, they have oil wells here. What have they used the money to do? They are using it to sponsor terrorism. As we are talking now, this armed group, they are from all over Africa. I mean, the governor of Bauchi State said that Allah gave them Nigeria. Where? And you say we are going to dwell together? They came out to give a press conference that one Nigeria is sacrosanct. Sacrosanct my foot. What the hell is going on here? What rubbish are they talking? The best way forward is to carry out a referendum. Look at how Gumi, the audacity with which Gumi is talking, that terrorist sponsor. Look at the audacity. Just check out the audacity of that man. They are importing terrorists from all over Africa to come and dominate Zamfara. Is mining her gold. All the mineral resources in the north, they are mining them privately. It's oil and gas here that is national asset. And you tell me God will not punish our leaders for the wickedness they are doing here.
Oh, all right, sir. So very quickly, before I let you jump in, okay. I interviewed someone who's a U.S. and American missionary on Saturday, and I asked him questions about his observation and what's going on in Nigeria, especially regarding the terrorism. He had a few things to say, and I'd like you to take a listen to the things he said.
Okay.
Statistically, Nigeria is the most dangerous country in the world for Christians. You know, I'm not receiving information from other people in the country. I myself, I go to the village. Even the villages, as buildings are still burning, we're there. When there's attacks that happen and I'm in the country, I go. I don't wait until a year later. I go. I go to be able to tend to the victims, to minister to people, to assess damage, to see how can we restore this place. Instead of waiting years and years and years, waiting for the government to say, oh, yes, we promised to rebuild. We're going to have billions of naira for these people. And years go by, nothing happens. And so the reality is that the statistics cannot be argued. There's facts. And the facts are that there's more Christians killed in Nigeria than every country in the world combined together. This is a fact. And so it's not just something that people talk about or report, but I myself have gone, I've seen, I experienced, I talked to the villagers. I'm in the villages that have just been burned down. There's still blood everywhere. There's even bones, specifically in Yawara village. That's an area that we've been rebuilding for the past 2 months. And so I'm actually have an ongoing operation in Yawara village, rebuilding every house and the market that has been burned down. And so I was there in November, and you know, I'm in the village. I'm not just from afar receiving videos. I'm there every single day, helping the construction, leading construction. You know, I'm with the actual villagers. And even just one shop right along the main road there, on the border of Nasarawa State, there's bones in the rubble. And these were, I think in that specific shop, there were 6 or 7 people that were killed, primarily children. And so they were burned alive. They weren't shot. They were caught in the fire and burned. And their bones are still in the rubble. And so I held those very bones. Because it's those bones that are crying out. And so those cries from the bones are being ignored by not just the Nigerian government, but the world, the Christians in the West. The cries are just, nobody's hearing that. Nobody's responding. The church should be the primary people that are coming alongside the persecuted Christians and helping them, rebuilding, food, aid, all these types of things. You know, that is one of the primary roles of the church. And so many churches are failing in America, but even Nigeria. In Nigeria, you have the prosperity gospel that's very prominent. You have pastors that are making so much money. They have nice houses, nice cars. They have 20 people. I have never seen people with such security like Nigerian pastors. Do you know any villages that have been rebuilt? Can you tell me the name?
No.
Okay, great question.
That's it.
I don't care if they visit the village. What have they done? What have they actually done? More than
absolutely nothing.
Where's the action? Now, there are some Catholic churches and priests that I know have done some things and helped. I mean, even in Bokos, you know, the Catholic Church in Bokos was... or actually currently still is a refugee camp for some of those people displaced. There's a Catholic association in Bokos who has actually helped to rebuild some homes. So I'm not going to say zero, but in large, how many of the pastors and the churches in Nigeria are helping rebuild, are helping go and get to the fire? Nigerian pastors are some of the richest. I mean, you see how they walk. You know, they love the honor. They love the high seat. They love being, having everyone below them. They love the money. They love the comfort. They love the nice cars. I mean, not all Fulani are the ones who are carrying out the attacks, but it's the Fulani who are generally the ones who are doing the attacks. Because there's not a clash. You know, a clash is when you have one group with weapons and they're fighting another group with weapons and they're fighting each other. Because where are the weapons of the Christians? How many villages have been burned down by Christian militias? It's the Christians who are being slaughtered and slaughtered and slaughtered and slaughtered. The ones who are displaced. How many millions of Fulani are displaced from their villages? I haven't seen many. It's the Christians who are having their villages burned down to the ground, and they're gone. They have nowhere to go. They're in camps. If you go to Benue, if you go to the IDP camps, how many Fulani are in there? In Makurdi. I went to International Market, where the IDP camp is for majority of the Yawara people. They're all villagers. They're all Christians. You know, in Islam, Islam was founded on conquest. The growth of Islam in the world was through conquest. The reason that we had the Crusades were not offensive. They were defensive. The Crusades stopped Islam from taking over Europe. And so rooted into the Fulani identity is this pride and this viewpoint of that they are above others and that everyone else is subject to them. If you talk to the people, if you talk to some Fulani, if you talk to the villagers who live in these places, I mean, I have close friends who have close friends that are Fulani people. Some of them have even spoken out against what their own brothers and other Fulani are doing. And so this has been the case with a friend of mine. He had someone in, I think it was Sokoto State. And he was against what the terrorists were doing and his Fulani brothers. And they actually took over his village, were trying to force them to pay taxes and all these different things, or else be killed or have your home burned. And so he actually fled. And he's against what his Fulani brothers are doing. But he is Fulani, and he's the one who's also relayed to us some of this information regarding the truth of what these so-called bandits are doing, which in reality, these people are not bandits. Bandits is being nice to them. They're terrorists. They're not just some random people who, you know, they steal a bag of rice here and there. Or bandits, it makes it seem like, oh, there's these few insurgents that are just hiding in a forest and they steal a few things here and there. You know, they're just these bandits, you know? It's just normal criminals. But you can't have an entire country surrounded and full of these people across the country who are killing, burning as they please. I mean, that's what it is.
All right, sir. So you don't hear a few of the things where Alex Barber get to talk. What's in be your reaction to so? Because if you like see some of the things when you talk, if you help me place your camera properly, sir, because I need to see your face, sir. If you can hear me. Yeah, very well. Thank you, sir. So I don't know. Did you hear everything he said? I can't repeat it. Good.
Yes, captured it squarely. Let me drive home one point that he said there.
Okay.
You see, the searchlight of God is on the churches in Nigeria. I'm a liberation theologian. I believe in liberation theology. Martin Luther King led that. The wickedness in the church in Nigeria is unfathomable. Upon all this killing that is going on, the prosperity preachers, they are there organizing their crusades. They are not perturbed. They are not bothered.
And it's hard that a white man had to, a foreigner had to experience this and tell
they
us.
Are not bothered. I say they are not bothered. 5 richest pastors in the world. 10, if you count 10 richest pastors in the world, 5 of them are Nigerian. 10, 1, 2, 3 to 10. 5 of them are Nigerian. And they build this. These are tithe and offering collected from members. You see the judgment of God. Long time ago, I said something. I said God is going to smash 2 platforms in Nigeria. Political and religious platform. God will smash these 2 platforms. Precious.
Sir?
How can a church gather money from members and buy warehouse that is as a result of economic crunch, and then you stay in the warehouse, convert it into church, and stay there to pray that God should provide job? Job from where? Created by who? Job from where? Created by who? These mega churches in this country, I give you a practical example. Redeem. I have accused Redeem. You say this Bola Tinubu wife that was using Redeem as a cover. That woman is not a believer. That woman, the mother of this Islamist called Sheikh Tinubu. The mother of this Islamist called Sheikh Tinubu.
No, sir.
See. I am angry. You know why I'm angry? I am convinced that God is not happy with what is happening within the church in Nigeria. What is keeping me in the church is that I met Christ at my age of 12. I had a personal encounter at my age of 12. So if today I decided to leave God, it's none of God's business. I have a personal encounter that nobody can take away from me. That's why I'm still a Christian. I would have been away by that.
To God, though. How can you say it does not matter to God if you decide to leave God?
No. It will not move God. I'm doing myself harm. Because being with God is my safety net. Do you understand? That's the angle I'm looking at it from. Me serving God is in my best interest. I'm not doing God a good. That's the angle I'm looking at it from. But I am convinced what I'm talking about is out of personal conviction that God is not happy with what is happening in the church in Nigeria. Look at what is happening to middle belt, those in the north. I told somebody some time ago that for God to raise, how I started following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was when I listened to him and he said he was praying on the Wailing Wall in Jerusalem. When he had the call of God, I told one of my friends that, you see this young man, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I told him that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is on a divine assignment. That God is calling him because the church in Nigeria has failed. You see, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, nobody can kill him. But the day he abandoned what God called him to do, he will just die a natural death. As far as he's standing where he's standing, like he's doing now, nobody can kill him. If it were possible, they would have poisoned him a long time ago. He has a divine insurance that is keeping him. And I hate injustice. When I see one, I know it. Nigeria is rotating on the principle of armed robbery. And no nation can prosper. No nation can prosper. I give you a practical example again. Do you know how much money the Fulanis have stolen in this country? Okay. For Tinubu to write off the debt of NNPC, that will tell you this man is on an assignment. That money, the foreign debt of Nigeria, can be liquidated with that money. Can be liquidated with the money that NNPC.
Not just for all our debts. All our debts can be liquidated with that money.
Do you understand it?
I think so.
And then you are not going to impose tax. Look, we are joking big time here. And I have said it. I've said it that God, I believe in the God of truth. I believe in the God of justice. That God is not happy with what is happening in Nigeria. The flamboyant men of God, when you come close to them, they will now tell you that it is then you will understand that they will flag the certificate of incorporation, that it is their personal business that they are running, using the name of God like masquerade. Why their action does not show empathy. Now, what made Jesus to come was empathy. God was interested in humanity. And God sent his son. Look at what is happening in Nigeria. Look at what's happening to the Christians in the north. And it doesn't matter to these men. They are living large. Flying up and down, private jet. Come on, something is wrong somewhere.
All right.
The man said it all. He said a lot of things which capture exactly what is on the ground. And in fact, the man spoke my mind. The man spoke my mind. I was talking with somebody some time ago, and he mentioned a particular church. You see, anybody who is an ethnic bigot and claim to carry the Bible, I don't have respect for such a person.
Oh. Your battery is low, sir.
Hey.
Oh, no, nah, this cannot happen now. We cannot let this happen now at all. I think his battery is giving up. Oh no, please, this can happen now. Well, let's hope that he would fix that as soon as possible, and then we get back to having the conversation. It's been quite a great time. Phone lines are open, Nigerians. Let's have you jumping on the conversation. 081702940.
There is a picture that I'm watching here. A woman, somebody sent it on a WhatsApp. They killed the woman, and the husband and the son. This woman was crying like anything. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's it. This is the part that I wanted to. Maybe he wasn't able to connect his video back again. I wanted to I wanted to bring that in so that we can talk, we can, listen to it and talk about it. Because the way it is going in Nigeria, the Fulani people don't want to give up their Sharia. They are not interested in giving up their Sharia. They are not interested in sharing their gold with anybody in the country. They want to keep their resources to themselves. But at the same time, they are coming out and saying that the unity of Nigeria is sacrosanct. Sacrosanct to who? Sacrosanct to who? Right now, it is for us to come together and divide the country. There's no need. There is no way, because what the northerners, so these extremists in the north, the Fulani extremists are doing, the oligarchs, is they want to preserve their oil blocks that they have in the Niger Delta. So the oil in the Niger Delta is good for everybody to share, but not the gold, not the mineral resources that they have in the north. Let's divide the country. You cannot be saying the unity of Nigeria is sacrosanct on one hand, and then at the same time, you are saying you don't want to give up your Sharia. At the same time, you're saying that you are freeing your terrorists. Recently, they released 70 terrorists. A governor of a state released 70 terrorists. Okay? They even have a location for them. And you want us to be one. Make it make sense. You don't want to give up anything, but there's no way we can. I am for let's break up. I beg. Let us divide the country. That's what everybody should be talking about right now. Because I don't know if there's going to be election. Although they scheduled the election for February, according to what they've said, allegedly, we don't know yet. We don't know. More information probably will come out in the coming days. The best bet for Nigeria is division. That is just the truth. Let the Fulani people remove their hand from the oil in the Niger Delta. Let them leave it alone. Let everybody go their separate ways. Let Oduduwa have their own. Let Niger Delta have their own. Let the Southeast have. Everybody answer your father's name. We cannot continue like this. We can't. Every day, they've not let up. They keep unaliving people. Every single day. They are not even they're not even so okay. Their leaders are not coming out and calling this BS out. They are not coming out to say all they are concerned about is how they will be the ones to be president. Who in their right mind will sit down and say this is the best time to vote in a Fulani person as the president? Who in their right mind? Apart from people that have been sponsored and been promised one thing or the other, who in their right mind is going to agree for that? Let the country divide. I beg, enough. Enough. Let them go and butcher themselves. That's what they want to do. They want to use Takia to keep everybody together so that they can fulfill their jihad. They can fulfill their Islam takeover. Now lie, they lie. Everything the cover has been blown now. Everybody don't know what they happen. They are not going to come and take over no goddamn place. Let them hold their Sharia and their Hizbah. The Islamic terrorists that they welcomed from all over West Africa, they should dwell with them since they are brothers and sisters to them. After all, Gumi is their spokesperson. Let them be having a big party with their Hizbah. And then this Mumu, governor of Plateau State, has now hey God, they just recently have recently brought in a grand Qadi of Sharia court. Hey God, even our forests, make we even guard our forests themselves. Nuhu Ribadu is taking it upon himself to hire his Islamic boys to come and be protecting your Nigerians. Anyway, na talk I go talk, pass like that. Pass like that. If you welcome, or everybody welcome. They are not even Nigerians. Thank you. You don't want the indigenous to rule themselves. Who notice on be? Oh God, it's such a shame. Oh, it's such a shame. We must take this country back. Let everybody answer their father's name. Let everybody answer their father's name. I beg. He don't do. Meanwhile, they caught somebody. The man was begging non-stop when they caught him. He was carrying out fake PVC registration in Isiala in Abia State. Mo will listen. I beg. I know they hear you, boo.
Stop that.
Abia State when they protect, when everybody they watch like hawk. Now these people want campus us. Hey.
All of them.
Welcome, Kola.
The fact is, I can't even find out what people make him to do this kind of thing.
Use your good office because I don't know.
See, wait. Let me just tell you. This kind of thing is a foreign country.
I know, sir.
Because you are the one that
I'm guilty.
is the in charge of operations in the south. Is the man in charge of operations in the south. So is this thing is given to him with trust that he will preserve it. He now use this and then.
Not to my mayor Biko.
Where you now? Where you? Why you still allow him to go about with this thing? Recover this thing and then register it. Recover this thing. Recover it.
Hey! Fake PVC registration.
You are what? From where? Please, I'm asking you a question.
Wetin dey take fake PVC registration do? Wetin what they can do? Maybe APC don't pay am. Hey God.
From where?
Omo.
I'm from
Amoji. Okay. Where do you work? Isharangwa. Which Isharangwa? North or south? So, what are you doing in Isharangwa North?
Sir, it was a friend that called me to help him just for registration. To come and register his help him and register.
NEC registration.
Yes.
Thank you, Dr. CM. Welcome.
That's fine. I'm wrong. I'm wrong in all education.
No problem. But you are the point where the police people arrested you, right?
Yes, I was doing.
What is going
And I
on?
believe the
Hey
police people will
God,
do
Nigeria.
the work diligently. Thank you very much. That's what I want.
Make a share number. Oh. Dr. CM, may you help us interpret. I beg. I want to know what happen. I don't know whether the fake PVC now for the purpose of APC now in the man want assist and we don't know. Eh? I don't share my number. I beg. Dr. CM, I beg, help us come interpreter. Come na WhatsApp. Call the WhatsApp. Na WhatsApp. Una call the WhatsApp. Not call regular. Let me fix it. Let me put that in. don't understand. These people, don't they want their... They don't like as Abia State, they jollof. Everywhere, Joe Pepper, your rest everywhere. Everywhere they shine. They not like them. Peace, they dear. They know they enjoy them. They know they enjoy. Say that Abia State, no, they feel waiting every other country, every other state they feel. They don't like better thing for Abia. I don't understand. Who are these people? Who are these people? Hey, God, I beg you. Una even get better governor. You are busy doing fake PVC registration. Onto what? Are you that hungry? Now, demolition. I don't know that I know. Demolition is happening at Palm City Estate in Lagos. Igbo people, billionaire investment. I don't dey shout am since me una go invest for now. I know say e not easy. I know, but you have to start somewhere. These people are making it clear that they do not want. Hey God. Anyway, Mona, listen. When I say we divide the country, this is the reason why. Divide the goddamn country. It's no madness. So that's it. That's that. Meanwhile, Donald Trump released text message. Oh, okay. Okay. Dr. CM, I'm calling you back. Oh. Okay. Anyway, Donald Trump, he released text from Macron. Okay. I read that for now. Donald Trump no get filter. The guy no get joy. Wallahi. The man released everything. He said the text says from President Macron to President Trump, my friend, we are totally in line on Syria. We can do great things on Iran. I do not understand what you are doing on Greenland. Let us try to build great things. 1. I can set up a G7 meeting after Davos in Paris on Thursday afternoon. I can invite the Ukrainians, the Danish, the Syrians, and the Russians in the margins. 2. Let us have a dinner together in Paris together again on Thursday before you go back to the US. Emmanuel. Donald Trump don't get joy, man. The guy released the text message. Everywhere don't they buzz since. Pastor Okechukwu. Yeah, Pastor Okechukwu, now Nigerian politics we dey talk about. Everything Nigerian politics. And then I throw in, of course, we dey talk some global things sometimes. APC has started playing their games. Even the Yorubas, I don't understand them because of politics. Oh, my people, hey, let's see. So this is Bobby Wine. Bobby Wine gave an interview to Al Jazeera while in hiding. Meanwhile, his wife say they're not going to let them eat. There's no food for them. They can't access food. Nothing. They not allow people when they bring food. They allow them in. Meanwhile, this APC supporter that has been advocating for good roads in Ogun State, he has been arrested. Okay, he was arrested. He was arrested. I think he was invited one time, and now he has been arrested again for calling out for the Ogun State government to come and do right by Ogun State people. Now, Gumi say U.S. covering up illegal Sokoto strike using Christian genocide story. That's what Gumi is saying. Okay? Gumi, the spokesman, the mouthpiece for the terrorists. Now, let's listen to this man.
Best You can call them the minority, but this thing, they are majority in the brain. Without Igbo today, Nigerian economy is failed. I'm a typical Yoruba man. And that's why I brought my face out. I'm not talking under audio. For you people to know that your problem is your politicians. Your problem now, when you say Igbo, 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 your best musician today, Davido, marry from where? Marry an Igbo woman. Your son, your first son, Tinubu son Sheyi, marry who? His wife, the father is an Igbo, the mother is from Lebanon. My former governor, Akeredolu, marry an Igbo. All Adeleke family marry an Igbo. These same people will tell you Igbos are bad, but their grandchildren, they are Igbo. So wake up. Igbos are not your problem. Until you realize that the so-called politician, and when they are chilling, the day they are dividing the money, they won't tell you, say, one is Igbo, one is in Yoruba. They eat the money, when they are giving hand in marriage, they are there together. But when they want to go into politics or position in the office, they will tell you, Igbo man is your problem. Igbo man is not your problem. Wake up, brother. A brother was typing there. His name is Toby. God bless you, brother. He's a Yoruba man, and I can see what he was typing. Until the day we realize that this so-called politician, this political cartel that make your life miserable today, that make Nigeria where they are today, you cannot go out in the night. The Boko Haram are there, the ISWAP are there, but you are calling Igbo. What happened in my state in Owo? I lost 2 cousins in that church there. Is that Igbo people that went there? No. What happened in Ikagan? When they unalive Dr. Aburode that came from Germany to come and set up farm to become employer of labor, the people that unalive him, are they Igbo people? Until you wake up that Igbo people are not your problem. So when you are coming, Igbo must go, Igbo must go. A brother was saying something. He said, if you are in America, I've never seen a man come from New York, tell the man that you are from Washington, D.C., or tell the man that from Maryland that no, you don't belong here. It's only poor people that are fighting for tribe. I'm not a tribal bigot.
So, oh, na 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 na. Hey, okay. Wanna listen to na brother? Oh.
Do not buy a house in Lagos.
I don't talk tire.
I don't know how to tell you this. When that big money hits, please look for somewhere else. In fact, if you have 200 million block, you are better off even renting. Go to your state. Go to your state. Do not build a house in Lagos. You will have a heartache. You are not smarter than the people that got their houses demolished. You are not. They will say, "Oh, do proper documentation." Do you think those people just put 300 million naira, 200 million naira on a house without proper documentation? Is that what you think? Lagos does not know where it is headed. I see Lagos as a place where you stay for a while and either you move out of the country or you move to your state and spend like the rest of your days, or you just move to Abuja. Do not build a house in Lagos. You will have heart attack. You will meet your ancestors, because you can wake up one morning and your plan for retirement, everybody will get tired of working at some point. Your plan for retirement is taken away from you with no compensation. You will have heart attack. You might be 30 today, you might be 35 today. By the time they want to do it to you, you might be 45. You might not be as strong as you are right now. It will hit you. And you might not have the opportunity to make that kind of money at that age anymore. You might just have a stable income. It will break you. It will break you. You are not smarter than those people. You are not smarter than those people that got their house. You want to tell me those people spend 300 million on the house and they did not involve lawyers, they did not try to get all those documents? You want to tell me that someone that had 300 million naira to buy a house is foolish? Let's be for real. Lagos does not know where it is going. If you live in Lagos, you understand. Lagos does not know where it is going right now. Lagos does not still know, like, where is going to be road, where is going to be house. If you live in Lagos, you understand what I'm saying.
Oh. Terrorists attacks Katsina community and unalive several residents, abduct over 20 persons despite peace deal. Okay, let's listen to Frank Utu.
Thank you very much, Chamberlain. And my sister Margaret, thank you. Long time. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
All right. I think there's no need for the federal government to contract the DCI group to control this Republican strategist, Peterson and McCabe. These are famous political strategists in the UK, in the US, and for so long a time they've been contracting for basically corporations. You know, they contracted before now for just 2 countries. Look, what is happening in Nigeria demands action. As they say in common parlance, action speaks louder than words. So what we are calling the Nigerian government to do is to just take an action on what is happening in Nigeria. We are spending $9 million to consult a firm in America, in Washington, D.C., to launder your image. There's no need for this. Because some of us who have called for this CPC designation are still in the U.S. We're still talking to the same persons these guys are talking to.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, this $9 million is just going to go down the drain because it's not going to achieve any purpose.
Well, I do not know how you come to that conclusion. I mean, I want to imagine that part of the advice that before a government takes an action, they would have, thought about what the loopholes were for us to have gotten where we got to. Because a lot of people were very worried by the intervention of the United States. Now, they didn't,
I can't stand Channels News. I cannot stand it. It's because of this man that I'm sharing.
The message on Truth Social released by President Donald Trump in terms of how they intend to come into Nigerians, guns a-blazing, to save Christians. Now, a number of people figured that if it was just about insecurity and to come against terrorists and to fight general insecurity because it also had a way of affecting U.S. interests, perhaps in Nigeria or around Nigeria, as the case might be, a number of people might have said, well, the United States is welcome. But what they were afraid of is the manner in which this happened, the fact that the U.S. said they were standing up for Christians in Nigeria. You saw, I do not know how well you followed the dispute that followed afterwards, but, Nigerians basically were walking on eggshells after that particular declaration, given just how sensitive religion is as an issue in Nigeria, and the fact that both sides, Christians and Muslims, had suffered casualties as a result of the work of terrorists in our country. So for you, when you look at that narrative and how it had the potential to affect us internally, I mean, even, conflagrate what was potentially a combustible issue, do you think that we should just sit down, or do you think a government should fold its hands and not try and get its own side of the story heard as well?
Okay, thank you very much. Mark, the side of the story in this context is just the truth. We are Nigerians. Section 14, sub A, paragraph 2, sub 2, paragraph A of the Nigerian Constitution of 1999 says, sovereignty belongs to the people. We are the sovereign.
Exactly.
Not the government. We are the sovereign. And it is we the people. I want to correct that narrative. It is we the people, the victims, who have called on the United States to act, because the United States has the responsibility to protect, responsibility to protect as a cardinal principle, when it comes to situations like this. Now, let me take you on a timeline of these activities. Before now, we the people, we have called this genocide several times. Genocide has been happening against us, against Christians, by groups that are not related to us, coming to Christian communities, trying to obliterate Christian communities, displacing our people into the IDP camps, and taking over their land. Except anybody wants to, deny this obvious fact, that genocide has been happening not just now, for so long a time. In Nigeria, when in 2001 or so, Nigeria was to host Miss World, these guys went on rampage in Kaduna, bombed churches, that is genocide. You are killing these guys because they are Christians. You are burning churches because it is a Christian place of worship.
Exactly.
Just because of this war. Nobody says anything about it because it is we Nigerians that were complaining. There was a time that there was this Danish cartoon, the so-called Danish cartoon about Prophet Muhammad in Denmark. Nigerians paid the price. For what? Because they are Christians. That is genocide. It fits the intent and purposes of what genocide is all about. The spirit and letters of Article 2 of the Genocide Convention of 1946. It fits into it completely. But we're denying this obvious fact.
Mr. Ojo, I do not wish to minimize. I do not wish to minimize, the sufferings of communities across, the place where you come from. I know that we spoke with you shortly after the massacre in Yelwata, where you hail from. But you also, some people will say that you also cannot minimize the sufferings of other communities, other groups. For instance, what happened in Borno State, which is still reeling from the massacres that have happened as a result of Boko Haram insurgency. How do we describe that? We know that these issues are a little more complicated than a dry-cut description that we're given to them. And that, our country is such that, as you rightly said, something that happens in another place can have an effect. So when a president says, I'm intervening on behalf of one group of people to the detriment of another, or seemingly to the detriment of another group of people, shouldn't there be concerns, especially by those who are supposed to be leading all of this group of people?
Okay, let's break down this for easy understanding. Now, we admit the fact that there are Boko Haram in our country. It's so unfortunate that our country is the number 5th country in the whole world, placed on number 5 as a country that has hosted the highest number of Islamist terrorist organizations. So unfortunately, we are only we are number 5. We've only been surpassed by Afghanistan, Pakistan, Iraq, and Somalia. So we are number 5. We have ISWAP, we have Boko Haram, we have Lakurawa, we have Ansaru, and we have the most vicious terrorist organization in Nigeria that is in the Middle Belt, the Fulani ethnic militia. Now, if these Islamists kill fellow Muslims, that's terrorism. But if they kill Christians, they are killing Christians because of their faith. That is genocide.
Exactly.
So let's break it. It's so unfortunate that they are killing everybody. So wherever genocide takes place, the people of that faith or that tribe were also affected. Like in Rwanda, when the Hutus were killing Tutsis, they were also killing moderate Hutus. So there's no difference. In Bosnia, when the Serbs were killing Bosnia under Milosevic, the Slobodan Milosevic, this guy that was jailed for life by the International Criminal Court, they were also killing some Serbians. So there's no difference about this. So when it's unfortunate that they kill Muslims, and when they do, that is terrorism. But when they kill Christians, they kill them because of their faith. And that is genocide. So let's not take away this fact. We've been seeing how they've been trying to spin the narrative to say, oh, everybody's being involved. We are not responsible for the creed these guys were given, the beliefs they were inculcated with. We're not responsible for that. These guys, they were growing up in the street. They were given a creed that is based on hatred, on violence, and acts that they should go after their enemies. And today, these guys have grown into monsters. They are coming into communities. When they came into my community, they've been killing us in my community almost every month. But June 13th and 14th last year, was on a large scale, on a different scale. And that is why many of us are standing up and not relenting. Because it's too much. I've lost more than 70% of the people I knew while growing up. Just because of these guys. We didn't do anything. We are in our land. These guys will come in the depth of the night and kill a 1-day-old baby, a 90-year-old father. For what? That is what we're saying. And the Nigerian government will be calling on them several times to act. Look, Maupe, we've been using the word genocide for so long, but the Nigerian government has not been acting.
Exactly.
Even in January of
well
2018,
said.
If you remember the mass murder that happened in Kuma local government under when Otom was governor, there was a mass burial of about 78 people that were killed in my local government of Kuma. We called it genocide at that time. On the official program, it was written genocide. If you go to where they were buried today on in Makurdi, Welfare Quarters Road, Welfare Quarters Mobile Police Road, the signboard is there. Burial of the victim of Fulani genocide. So Nigerian government has not been acting. We're calling it exactly what it is. So since they've not acted, we called on a senior brother. Look, we've not been protected by these people, by our own government. And let me, finally, before I conclude this this chapter, let me tell you, unfortunately, the people killed in Yerwata, 90% of them voted for APC. They voted for the government to defend them on their own part. They fulfilled their social contract responsibility by coming to exhibit their civil duty and voted for this particular government. My cousin, Nsuteze, was the agent of APC in the last election.
All right, we need to wind down.
Why you no go wind down?
That narrative.
Now that one na sabi.
Which was a truth.
Now that one na sabi. Gaga in chief.
Quote unquote, the ones championing this cause, and so government needed to also get the right narratives out there so people don't get the wrong impression about what's going on.
I beg you.
Somebody, you see, that is the power of propaganda. You're in the media, so you don't want propaganda.
Bam!
That is the power of propaganda.
Yes.
The designation of Nigeria as a CPC had nothing, absolutely nothing to do with Biafra. Absolutely nothing. We, the victims, we're the ones in the forefront. The main victims of the genocide in Nigeria. Before now, you knew when my Lord Bishop Anabi of the Catholic Diocese of Makurdi came to the U.S., addressed the U.S. Congress in March of last year. That was even long before Yerwata happened. In March last year, and asked for the designation of Nigeria as a CPC. When Yerwata happened, I was invited to Washington, D.C. I spoke at the iconic National Press Club, located just 2 blocks away from the White House. I addressed American Congress and American press, and I called for the designation of Nigeria as a CPC because I'm a victim. My community is placed on the edge of a precipice. It's at the point of being obliterated completely. So we called for this protection. After July, addressed the American Congress twice again in December last year and in January this year. Last week I was in Washington. Last week Wednesday, I addressed the American Congress. After that, I met people, congressmen who were invited to Nigeria recently, like Congressman Bill Heisinger from Michigan. He was invited to Nigeria. I think he was hosted by Tony Elumelu in December, and was hosted by the government. We tried to disabuse his mind. Look, these guys are just trying to hide the narrative.
All right,
the truth of what is happening. So it is we, the victims, and not Biafra. So anytime they call Biafra, and let me tell you something. Just a moment.
Unfortunately, we're completely.
Let her talk. He wanna invite her.
Of course, you know it doesn't.
Fear. Now make the thing even worse. People cannot stand for the truth.
So we do thank you for talking to us this morning, Frank.
At least you got most of it true. You try.
Thank you for your time. And is it good night or good morning now because you need to get back to sleep?
Good morning. I'm going back to sleep.
All right. Thank you, and all the best to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah.
All right, so there you go. That wraps it up.
I beg you. Nonsense people. I beg. At least he got the word out there. So this is what is going on. They keep playing. They want to flip the news. East. We know word. East. Just say Peter Obi. Now that one now they gone for.
My candid advice is that we must not allow security issues to be politicized. Neither do we come to public space to make statements about security issues that do not help in healing wounds, but further make people to have more reason not to trust us. So I'm advising the police, I'm advising all those who have spoken to be careful. We want to win the trust of Nigeria. We want to win the confidence of Nigerians. I am not sure it's right for us to say things like this in public media. But for avoidance of doubt, if you listen to the local government chairman, he did tactically admit that there were bandits. But he just turned again, and he wasn't talking about kidnap. He talks about hospital. So that shows you that he wasn't really answering the question, because no one was saying someone was in the hospital. We are simply saying that people were in church and were kidnapped. He asked for something, and call him now and again and ask him. He asked that if we have the list. This morning, we have the list of 177 people with him. So we have the list. So let him tell the other one. We have the name of the church. We have the time the incident happened. The police also know that they have the report wired by them. So I'm not sure it is right for security issues to be politicized, because it's like you don't care about the life of the mother of somebody, the father of somebody, the son of somebody, the friend of somebody. I don't want to belong to that. As a pastor and as a Christian, I've said the day I start lying when it has to do with life of individual, I should just hand over my license and stop preaching. So this incident happened. All we want the security agencies to do is to go after them. But to come to the public and start denying, and I don't know who they were referring to as merchants. Sadly, we don't understand. Is it the community people who are merchants? Is it the current chairman of local government who is a merchant? Or are the stakeholders in that place who confirm that this incident happened that are merchants? Because for us, we are just partners in progress, wanting to help make sure things are done right. And we want to do it with truthfully. We want to do it with integrity. We don't want to join into the politics of lie. Sadly, this report had combination of party issue. I think it shouldn't even have another party speaking now. We're talking about Nigerians that we feel, we know have been taken away. Let's tell our security to go after them. We trust our governor. We appreciate the effort with the security agency in Kaduna State. In the last 1 week, they have actually helped us rescue some of our pastors, rescue even the wife of Venerable this. So we commend them, and we know they can also go after these people and rescue them. But I don't know the politics being played and the deniers. This is quite sad. But whoever is asking for list, we have shown them the list. Let them tell us that list does not exist.
Just before we let you go, you know, when you talk about the history of insecurity and the distrust around official responses, I mean, a lot of people are expecting more from security officers and agencies to reassure citizens and worshippers that incidents are not just thoroughly being dismissed. So what would also be your counsel, instead of going to the media, extempore to just respond? Would you ask for a guided investigation, prior to this kind of act?
And that's what we have advised them. I've spoken to almost all of them today, since yesterday to this morning, drawing the attention to the facts that are available, the evidence that are available. And I think we don't have any controversy or argument about the facts that are available. Whatever may have led to the reason why they deny, well, I can't interpret it, but I want to appeal to everybody. This governor is being loved by Kaduna State people. So please don't give people an impression as if something is wrong. The governor is trying. So nobody is accusing the governor. It's not the game about accusing the governor. It's the game about criminals coming to take our citizens. So let's go after them. But when you start playing game, you are not helping the leaders, you're not helping the governor, you're not helping the state, and we can't deny. You can't tell me 100 and something. Even if it's just 2 people, you can just come publicly and deny that it never happened. Well, we can show you proofs with names and what it happened. And you also, as police, we have your signal that you give out to show people that this incident happened. Please, I beg us in the name of God. Let's not play politics when lives are involved. Let's instead show that we are committed. This governor is trying, we applaud him. The security agents are trying, but in this matter, I think they didn't get it right. So please let them go to the drawing board and correct it and go after this criminal before they go too far with our people.
The words of Chairman, Northern Christian Association of Nigeria, John.
Your government came out to lie that 177 of their own people, nothing happened to them. Even insult them on top.
So welcome to Nigeria, where a convicted money launderer and person where they convict for aiding a criminal organization will be given the second highest national honors in the land by the president. The title GCON, where they give vice president on his inauguration, given by President Tinubu to his friend, Mr. Gilbert Shoguri, a convicted money launderer. A round of applause for President Tinubu and his APC gang of political bandits. This is what you call state-sponsored reward for corruption and criminality. criminality. It is an atrocious sacrilege. But unfortunately, what APC cannot do does not exist. Now, we Nigerians, they deceive ourselves thinking APC is just bad government. No, APC not be just bad government. There is good government, there is bad government, then there is APC. It is in a class of its own. It is a threat and a danger to the moving forward of the country. What we have today is not government of the people by the people. It is a government of criminals for criminals, and only criminals will get the reward. Waiting, I don't talk for 2023 when I go remember them. I said the situation of Nigeria after that election, the closest example be say, the body of person where they sick, where we say he needs surgery, he need oxygen. Instead of handing that body over to trained medical professionals, may they resuscitate and revive the body was rather handed over to quack organ harvesters. People will not get interest in awakening the body, but go rather they commot kidney, commot liver, commot vital organs to sell for personal gains. Any working way supposed to remove APC and end this affliction in Nigeria must be a national consensus. If you are not talking about liberating Nigeria from this gang where we did so right now, you are wasting time, Nigeria. So this Mr. Gilbert Shoguri, waiting be his own record, because the question will be say, waiting he do to deserve this honor? What is his contribution to Nigeria? According to the records where they on ground, even by the US investigators, this is a person who was accused of helping the late General Sani Abacha to launder looted funds from Nigeria. He was convicted of money laundering in 2000 and aiding a criminal gang. He became somehow friends to the current president, even while he was governor. All the work where they do from Banana Island, they go Atlantic, including the alleged company where they opened for British Virgin Island, which his own son and the president's son were reported to be seated on the board. And somehow they don't move like that. In fact, in 1997, the News magazine, which is owned by the current one of the spokesperson to Tinubu, Bayo Ononuga, they put a news report with a caption, Shoguri, how a family captured the entire Nigeria. But today, that same Bayo Ononuga, they run their mouth like a second-hand grinding machine to defend an act of giving a second highest honor to a person they know to be a convicted criminal. When they give him this award, according to the award, it was given on the 8th of January. So apparently, part of the reason why the president been there for France now to attend the 80th birthday of this man. And according to the award, it was given while the president was in France. And if you follow the National Honors Act, section 3, subsection 1 specified, say, the president must notify and signify of the person where he won't give and why he should be given that honor. This one, nobody see anything. Now, they leak where they see say they don't give them. Now, the team leak now where the team they social media. And there is no statement from the presidency. Now, the question again will be, say, what is the link of this person with the French government? Because he's not from France. You can see certain pictures and videos where that man, Gilbert Shoguri, don't go with Nigerian delegation to the French government. Make una not forget, say, in fact, within the first 1 year of Tinubu administration, he visited France more than 8 times. Last year, December, Nigeria signed MOU with France on tax issue. Till today, nobody for federal government don't release the memorandum where Nigeria and France signed based on tax. Remember, Tinubu get his record of taxation from Lagos State with the Alpha Beta issue. So all of these things linked together. Today, Gilbert Shoguri don't collect GCON award, the second highest national honors. Also, the president, make una note and notice the kind of people where they also be his friends. Remember, during when they share tractor, President Tinubu meets one of his friends, Mr. Alex Sigman. That one is a Belarusian. This one now, Gilbert Shoguri, 90 days where we did so. Nigerians, in 2027, it is up to all of us. Because if you allow this consolidation, Tinubu, they know they pretend. They will do whatever they want to do and they give you the middle finger. Meaning we go do what we want to do your worst. This government is testing the level of criminality and rascality you can take as a people. If you fail to do nothing, by 2027 and beyond, coming elections, even non-kidnappers, non-terrorists and bandits go get the boldness to contest to become leaders, whether governors, senators and president. After all, what cannot happen, whatever it is a country of particular concern. So we can even continue to have leaders of particular concern. Congratulations to Mr. Gilbert Shoguri on your award of GCON by the president of a country of particular concern. Waiting for the next convicted criminal, maybe that one at GCFR will give him. Nigerians, if we know work and save ourselves, the more you look, the less you see. Removing APC affliction must be a national assignment by every well-meaning Nigerian. If not, na expressway. My name is Peter for Nigeria.
When I don't hear him on Chagri, I bring him because you know say Peter for Nigeria they sabi break am down. Terrorists abduct Tinubu media team for Ondo State. Somebody shout power. See this na the recent abductions when it happen. Make we watch. They are police in. Let me just let me just read what because now outside they speak for you. The police NG, this is Chidi Odikalu. I think it's Professor Chidi Odikalu. He says the police alone know whose and what script they are acting out in claiming to deny, because they had denied the mass abduction last Sunday of the Kajuru #Kajuru177. Kaduna State CP Mohammed Rabiu has been to the community with his folks. He has seen the affected places of worship and personally spoken to survivors. I suspect the CP may fear that if he says truthfully what he saw, his paymasters in Abuja, who have paid $9 million elsewhere to buy convenient narrative, will come for his job. But #facts are stubborn. Hey, Nigeria. We could listen to
what we can
Ahmed Dati brother. Mona listen to wetin talk about ADC. Mona listen.
We can experience and what Peter Obi needs to understand. One of the reasons I think Peter Obi is saying, hey, listen, look at me. This is Peter Obi. I'm not here for number 2. I'm not here for convention. I'm here to fly the flag. And he's getting people who are saying to him, initially in whispers and politely, and now they're saying to him, listen, join the queue. You're not the only one with ambition here. Look around you in this room. There are 1 or 2 people who have been here from day one. And they're sitting there waiting. And you're walking here and saying, Peter Obi doesn't do conventions. Or he just goes there to be anointed. So, ADC will bleed after its convention, because almost certainly Vice President will get the ticket. And when he does, some people will walk out, because that's my crumble. They will be severely damaged.
Good.
Because they would need, we're talking about a few more months to an election. How much damage control can you do against a party that already has?
He go damage. You don't talk and finish. Then they give out to another Fulani.
Would also be.
Give me a moment, Dr. Baba Ahmed, because I need to go on a break. But when we come back, there are also fundamental questions. And we'll be.
It will break. You didn't come here to play.
To counter the Christian genocide narrative. All right, there's a trending report flying around right now about one fictitious character called Emeka from Onitsha who sells screwdrivers, supposedly telling Trump to strike terrorists in Nigeria, and somehow that's a big headline. All right, let's rewind a bit because context matters. The U.S. Congress actually sent a delegation to Nigeria on a fact-finding mission led by Riley Moore. They didn't just sit in Abuja drinking tea. They visited multiple regions, saw the aftermath of violence firsthand, and returned to Washington calling it what it looked like, the genocide. They held meeting with Nigeria's officials and even Nigerian National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu. Later returned to the U.S. and met with the U.S. Secretary of War. After those meetings, a joint operation happened. The Nigerian government publicly confirmed that they cooperated with the U.S. military on an airstrike against terrorist group. Then things got even weirder. Not long after, reports emerged that the Nigerian federal government was spending $9 million on lobbying to counter the Christian genocide narrative in the US. $9 million. Tinker. Imagine what that money could have done for displaced families, security, or rebuilding communities. But fast forward to a few days, and suddenly the propaganda machine pivoted again. Now it's Emeka from Onitsha who sells screwdriver that made in a Trump act. Now notice the pattern. The name must be Emeka, the state must be Anambra, and the city must be Onitsha. It's always constructed in a way that furthers vision and vehicles instead of accountability. Instead of governing transparently and uniting the country, the APC-led administration keep investing in deflection, spin, and distraction campaigns. But that era of controlling the narrative is collapsing. Like Elon Musk said, we are the media now. Social platforms have broken the monopoly of information. And here's the point. Don't let political propaganda turn you into a full soldier for agencies you don't understand. When people allow themselves to be manipulated by parties that normalize violence, excuse terrorism, or downplay atrocities, the country pays the price, not the politicians. Aside Chikwueze, this is another evidence that the Nigerian state is bent on destroying the Igbos. The true Nigerians be conscious, stay informed, stay awake. Don't let anybody program your reality with lies from the pit of hell.
I'm telling you, real lies from the pit of hell, real one, because that's what they're about to do. Mona, listen.
In a move that could reshape Africa's most populous nation, a coalition of U.S. lawmakers and religious advocates is preparing to brief President Donald Trump on
Hold on. Sorry, guys.
In a move that could reshape Africa's most populous nation, a coalition of U.S. lawmakers and religious advocates is preparing to brief President Donald Trump on explosive policy options for Nigeria, including the possible idea of dividing the country to create a safe zone for its beleaguered Christian population. Sources close to the discussions, including public statements from key figures like Congressman Riley Moore and Senator Ted Cruz, reveal a growing consensus that Nigeria's deep-seated religious divisions have turned the West African giant into a slaughterhouse for Christians, with no end in sight under the current unified structure.
And my colleagues and I will soon, this month, we're going to brief the White House on our investigation's findings and provide the President with a series of options to help protect our brothers and sisters in Christ. I'm grateful for President Trump's steadfast leadership on this issue, and I look forward to continue to work with him to defend the persecuted.
This isn't hyperbole. According to the latest Open Doors World Watch List 2026, Nigeria accounts for a staggering 72% of global Christian killings, with 3,190 believers murdered in 2025 alone, more than anywhere else on Earth. Reports from aid groups paint a grim picture. Over 7,000 Christians slain in the first 220 days of 2025, hundreds kidnapped, tortured, or displaced, and an average of 30 murders.
Okay. All right. Just thought I'd bring that real quick to you people. We're going to be wrapping this up shortly. Emmanuel Macron, they brag. He say, yes, I'm not afraid of Vladimir Putin or Trump. If they want war, I'm ready for it. Because France also has, Mona Lisa, other African countries that will stand by it in the event of war. So they've just confirmed to you that they use your ancestors to fight their wars. Who said that in English you speak?
Oui, moi j'ai pas peur de Vladimir Poutine ni de Trump. Si ils veulent la guerre, je suis prêt à le faire. Car la France a déjà d'autres pays africains qui aideront la France en cas de guerre.
Oh my God. They are banking on you people to come and fight. Now make them squander. Now make them stop Benin. Benin won't come up for their hand. Other African countries won't come up. They not agree. That's why. Hey.
So yes, Nigerians. So yesterday night, around 11 p.m. Yesterday's date, the 19th of January 2026. They don't go tell you. Nigeria Federal Government of Bandit Media will not tell you. English Alhaji will tell you. Don't worry, I got your back. I told you guys. Even if they hide down, the English Alhaji, they bring them out. Terrorists, aka bandit, they stormed Gidan Seriki, Tuge Ward in Musawa, local government area of Katsina State. Go do verification. 11 p.m. These guys came in numbers. Bro, come see as bullets they fly. Come see as bullets they fly. Despite that community having peace deal with this bandit. Governor Umaru Diko, Nagiamaka, Zendika Kilasinanka, Nideke, I will be calling your name. The governor of Katsina State, the first governor in history to want to pardon terrorists for killing his people. But instead, we go for people that are voicing out for the people. They came there, bullets were flying. 20 persons were kidnapped last night. They're not going to tell on. As I'm talking to you right now, villagers are sleeping in the forest. They don't leave their homes this morning. They have run away from their homes. Go do verification. When I tell you to go. Bro, and they give you time, and they give you dates, and they give you village, and they give you local government, and they give you the governor name, Umaru Diko. The most foolish governor, Umaru Diko, now be the governor. Very foolish human being. I know they fear them. I tell them, I say, now me versus them. This is the part I choose. Bro, we can't, everybody cannot keep quiet now. We all cannot be scared to die. We all cannot be scared to die. See what they did yesterday in Tuge. See what they did there. Bullets were flying. 20 innocent Nigerians were kidnapped. This morning, the villagers have run into the bush. Some of them, nowhere to, as everybody don't scatter. And still, the foolish governor called Umaru Diko go they see court order to free bandits, to free terrorists in the name of peace deal. The same community that they attack, this same Gidan Sariki where they attack, don't get 2 previous peace deals. Yet, the same thing will happen. Nigerians, you know the story. If they hide them, and they bring them out, they will not tell you, but I will tell you. I dey active.
And God will continue to bless this guy, protect him wherever he did, because he's really risking a lot.
This is the Fulani National Movement, FUNAM. They met in January 2018, just 13 days after the attack, and they came together to make a series of declarations. I want to read these one by one here. I'm gonna read them just until I've made the point in each one. Number 1, the killings in Benue of Tiv is well deserved. This is coming from the FUNAM, National Fulani Movement. It was a revenge attack on the series of onslaught of Fulani, which was most horrendous on November 17th, 2017, when 30 Fulani men and women were killed in Nasarawa State. We noticed the recalcitrant culture of the Tiv people as demonstrated even during the 1804 jihad, when they had obstructed our ordained conquest of Nigeria. Okay, right then and there, just in that first point they've made, this is about a jihadist movement, point blank. This is not a tribal conflict by any stretch. This is a spiritual, undertoned, massive confrontation between good and evil. We condemn the media propaganda that waged war against the Fulani, supported by the Yoruba, Igbo, and their bigotry allies in the Middle Belt. This is a big deal because the civil war that they had previously between the Fulani tribe and the Biafra, organization, was against the Igbo Christians. The Yoruba tribe, has a really, really big influence in the media, perpetuating what they're deeming propaganda. There's some big deals with this. Number 3, they were aware of plots by minority ethnic groups in the Middle Belt to attack Fulani settlements. Number 4, that we have asked all Fulani across the West Africa to raise money and arms to prosecute the oncoming war. Okay, let that sit. We call on all Fulanis to prepare for this holy war. There is no going back. All over the world, big deal, that's why it involves everyone, Nigeria is the only country given to Fulani by God. This is absolutely not a farmer-herder conflict that's going on. Everyone likes to state that that's the case. There's too much surmounting evidence that there's no fathomable possibility that you can make a solid argument with evidentiary backup for that fact.
I hope you guys have heard though. Now like Mukuna they play 10-10. Mona give una children to them. May they do what they like. This is Kaduna State too.
This is the Fulani National Movement.
Why you sit down? I took a cut out. You were to Allah.
Let me just read it for you guys, because now this thing that they speak, it say, we were in church when we heard noise from outside. I stepped out of the church and I saw 4 armed men standing outside. I picked my little daughter and wanted to run, but one of the men said, if I run, he will shoot me. So I stopped. They now said we should go. They removed the other people from the church. When we got to the other church, we noticed that they have also removed all the members. Together, they asked all of us to go with them. We began to journey into the bush with them. We got to a village and they started beating us without any question. After beating us, they asked us to continue the journey into the bush. When we got to another village in the bush, we saw a lot of people there, some of them not members of our community. That was where I escaped because of the crowd. I escaped through the bushes until I got back to our community. This is in Nigeria. Oh. Yep. That's it. That's all I've got for you guys. This is all I have got for you guys. Let me see. Let me quickly go through the comments and then call it a day. I really want to agree with you, but where I have issues is all punctification. What do you mean punctification? For me, I don't understand. NC, can you explain what you're just trying to say here? Because I don't understand what you're saying. If you're still here, that is. I don't understand. Your comment don't make sense. It don't make sense to me. Or does somebody know what he's trying to say in the comment section? Because I don't know what he's trying to say. Anyway, moving ahead. Alu, welcome. Oh, greetings to you. How are you? How's everybody doing? So now the matter we they deal with for Nigeria be that. So make una no pretend. Let nobody gaslight you and say there's no jihad. There's no Islamization jihad agenda. Let nobody gaslight you. You need to be ready. You need pontificate. Okay, you know what? Now pontification be one talk. Oh, okay. Oh my God. Okay. I still don't get it completely though. I don't know what he's trying to say. Thank you very much, Mr. Morige. As I was saying. So if you not like, make una dey use big grammar, they explain away. Oh, we don't think Islamization is not that's not what I'm going to do. It's just say something. Let them gaslight you, let them lie. Let them use takia on you and tell you Sharia does not affect a Christian. They are slowly taking over. You see, say that every day. You see, say they don't heighten the attack now. Every day they are buying people. Every day they are kidnapping people. America don't tell them, say the people when they kidnap, the 177, may they release them complete. Not one should be missing. So we wait. They not even rate your president. They not rate Agbado. They not rate Agbado. Okay, nice. If not that one they talk, you go explain now well because me I don't understand. Whatever he's trying to say, whatever he's trying to get across, you should make it clear so that I can understand. So that if I want to insult him back, I will insult him back. If I want to explain, I will explain. If I don't want to explain, I move along. You understand? So MC, if you are still there, perhaps lingering in the airwaves somewhere, help us to explain it, and I will give you the answer as I deem fit. So this is what they are doing. So because sometimes you find yourself in spaces, right? Yeah, US they don't talk about the 9 million lobbyist claim. No, they never talk about them. But that one no affect wetin Trump want do. I trust my daddy. He not send una papa. He not send anybody. But anyway, I digress now. So the whole purpose of this is that they don't say me they release the 177 people, Christians, when they kidnap. We'll see what will happen. We will see what will happen, right? They are talking about dividing Nigeria. I'm here for it. Please, I want us to go our separate ways. Let the North, since they love their terrorists so much, and they are busy releasing them after they've been captured, they should enjoy it in peace. Why are we trying to stand in the way of their enjoyment? Now they are coming out and they are saying the unity of Nigeria is sacrosanct. You will not deal with your terrorists. The gold one I get, the minerals one I get, only una share them with other foreign nationals. When they take una gold, they leave una people even dead poor, right? Our oil, everybody they share them, but una minerals now only for una. We cannot function like that. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. May Nigeria divide. Now that one mean anywhere I find myself now, that one they talk, let it divide. I don't even know about election 2027, to be honest with you. If Atiku, as they say, they are going to give Atiku the ticket, that ADC no go anywhere. It go crash. As it take go up, now so it go come down. Anywhere Peter Obi, if he decides to come out, anywhere I go, if Peter Obi like may join Palm Wine Drinkers Association, I go follow and enter there. Now the person when I know be that. All of us will carry leg, follow and enter there. In the meanwhile, Nigeria must divide. If na that one Trump want to do, may divide them, may everybody divide. May North say their corner, may Middle Belt they their corner, may West they their own, may Southeast they their own, may Niger Delta they their own. It's okay. We can even get more countries out of it. We can get more countries out of Nigeria. Because a lot of people are agitating right now. Some people don't like the way, they don't like their neighbors. They don't want to stay with their neighbors because of the way their neighbors are living. That does not, you understand, we can have United States of Nigeria or whatever name we call it. I will say fling the name Nigeria away, put in the trash. It's long overdue, right? So anyway, now that one I go talk, Rich. I can't shout too much. I don't promise myself, say, leading up to the election, na jeje na go dey do jeje I go dey talk small, play video small, go listen to the information together, or leading up to the election, because the time to be very active never reach. So I'm conserving my energy for the D-Day. You understand? Yeah. So we're not going to be spending as much time as we used to. I hope you guys understand with me. I know you people understand. You guys are amazing, brilliant. You understand? Ban-on people. So, myself now be all the way monolith. If Obi come out now, he say he want join one this thing, cup pants and pots party. I go join her. We go to knock pot and pan together for that party. Peter Obi go nowhere. We are all going together. Anywhere you go, we dey carry and go. Person where get the transformational vision, now I go follow. Now who know road, now I go follow. So I beg you. It can never work. It can never work. Prices, if we need to, there's nothing to do better again. Let the North go. Let them go and enjoy their Sharia in peace. Let them go. I beg. Let them go. Nigeria can never work. Sheikh, exactly, can never work. Let the North go and enjoy their Sharia in peace and their Hizbah. You understand? Let them, I mean, hey, we are all for let live and let live. Let them be in their corner. That 1804 Usman Danfodio, it will not be accomplished. They don't blow the cover. You know they go anywhere. Okay? It's crazy. It breaks your heart. Don't let your heart be broken, no. Instead of you to be rejoicing, you are saying it break your heart. Don't let your heart be broken, my sister. Let the North go with their jihad and their terrorism. Let them go. Let them go and embrace their Fulani brothers. Let them butcher each other up. Whoever remain, okay. Now they cause be. Well, now so Ahmed Yusuf talk. We don't know. You understand? You know say that the day in that caucus, we never know. All we know be say na Peter Obi or nothing. If they give Atiku Pekem, if you don't make Pekem like this, Atiku enter, they give Antora. As ADC was up in the air, everybody was shouting, ADC. Now so it go your crash land. Now so it go be. Not because now exactly what it go be. Now Peter Obi they make ADC trend. Be like so na no know. Peter Obi now they make ADC trend. Now they come to say, oh, the website is fake. We don't know the people when they don't register for them. We don't know it anyway. They're not going to the feed do. You can stay in any party and vote for Peter Obi. Me, I'm not there any party. If there's me, I'm waiting for when Nigeria will have independent party. All this party, I'm not interested. I'm not interested at all. It's just bullshit to me. Anyway, I digress. He will cry, absolutely. He will cry again. I've been saying it, let's go our separate. Yes. It's about time. Enough is enough. My sister, now so we see him. Citizens cannot go. You not see the hatred. You know they see the hatred. I beg. The hatred when I know this kind of hatred when I don't understand. I don't fit. May everybody go their way. You know they break my heart. People cannot get along. They should go their separate ways. It doesn't break my heart. One bit. Sam. It's about time. Nigeria is overdue to break up. Overdue. Look at the number of people that are buying every day in Nigeria. Look at the number of businesses and houses they are destroying. No. If you want to visit, if you are now in the southeast, south, Niger Delta region, you can't say dear no reach you. You want to see the rest of the other country, you visit. That time, you go visit. Okay? You visit and come back. If you come say na there you won't do, you go and do things the way they do there. You don't go there, come want to impose your own on them. Or they will come, they want to impose their own. Everybody go drop whatever they are carrying with them before they enter another person's region. Me, there's no heart to be broken. No, I'm happy. Let the country divide. It's about time. What has the country, what have we achieved being together? What have you thrived? Have we thrived as a people being together? Have we thrived? No, we have not. We've been suffering together. Some worse than others. We've been, see Okwama community that they entered to go and sack. Till today, we don't know what happened. We don't know the extent of the damage that they've done in that community. Only time will tell. We don't know. Different things they happen. In the same country, you have IDP camp. Millions in IDP camp. Millions. I was only today I found out that no, it's not today. For some recently, now I find out say IDP camp they Edo State for Ovia North, Sabi Ovia whatever, right? In the same country. It don't make sense now. Come on. It doesn't make sense. President never take time address this issue. He no go address am because na part of the deal when he signed with them be that to become president. He don't talk am now. Your president say he buy the presidency from Fulani people. You never hear him. He bought it. What do you think he's going to do? He's not going to do anything. He's going to keep pretending like he does. They'll tell him, say, turn a blind eye. Do as if you know they hear. That's exactly what is happening. This whole thing, America don't come expose everything. All the agenda, all those people that they use English, they explain away. No agenda this or no. They use takia, they lie. They use bread, they come off soup for plate from your. They use bread, come off soup for plate for person. Everything has been blown open now. So there's no hiding place. There's no way they can lie anymore. You understand? So we need to be aware. Shine your eye. Shine your eye. It will only get worse, Sheikh. You are right about that. Nigeria cannot function again. Forget. It's dead. It is dead. The only thing that can happen is if Peter Obi gets the ticket of presidency and we're able to vote, we vote for him and we stand for the vote and we say if we perish and collect our country back. That's the only other option. Any other thing, and even when he comes, we will not, it's not going to be status quo. We must talk. We must have a national dialogue as to we way forward. At the end of the day, we will still divide the country. I'm telling you, because if Peter Obi enter, I'm not going to be in the same Nigeria with you people. I'm sorry. I can't continue knowing that some people down north, all their plan forever since 1804 or since how long they know some. They still have plan to come and take over my land. Nah. I want to be ready with my shakabula and everything when I get my own place. So that if anybody is coming, if I not invite you, you come for night, you come in, scheme your way through like thief, you go down. I no go apologize for that. Not be say you go come using the power of the government to silence people. Guys, every day that they buy Nigerians, do you know what that, every day life they go for Nigeria? Do you know what that means? Do you know what that is? We are not at war. Every day you wake up on the news, 10 people, 80 people, 100 people, 200 people. That cannot be normal. It cannot be normal. Do you understand? Do you want to contribute? I'm on my life. Are you contributing to what we are discussing? Are you? Please, I beg. Don't be calling if you are not ready to contribute, please. So, Chinese, they our bush, exactly. They thief our solid mineral. Yeah? In the north. They all give the leeway. Meanwhile, your gold is the northern gold is being sold in that they sell it to their fellow Muslim country, to the Dubais and the Arab countries, because they not look the rest of una like anything. Shebi, I play video of 1956 student, northern student, when he say he not get anything in common with Southerner. He not get anything in common. Say they believe say Africa supposed to be Islamic. That's what they are saying. And you people are still resting on your laurels. Hey, God. Anyway, my people, now here I go leave them. Beam monolith, they speak big grammar for people when not send you. Tinubu and the people, they are there to steal and enrich themselves and their friends. You know, she say give GCON to a fellow thief, Chagri, Lebanese man. You not see him, abi you not see the letter. He don't confer highest order for the man. Meanwhile, your so-called elites, what do they call that one? What do they call that other billionaire? Copy Papa. Copy Papa come out, he say, oh, my mentor, congratulations. So tell you, say, they not send una. I keep telling people, Nigerians, you guys don't have elites. There's no such thing as elites. You people do not have elite. The people that you have, they are sycophants. They are ass lickers. To arrive at where they arrive, they just give them oil block of people. Carry people, oil block, share. They carry, give people. That's how they have money. They not work for their money. I beg you, make I go. I beg, we go talk again. Make I go conserve my energy. I will see you guys on my next one. Most likely tomorrow. And I go see me again. Guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you so much for being a part of this. I appreciate you all. We go definitely get our ancestral land back. Whether through division or through PU. One of the two must happen. Thank you very much, guys. Bye.